Jason. I found some of the craziest AI.
Sam this movie.
Do you?
What's up, chat? What's up? Alright, hey, we still with the daily streams. I don't think I've missed a. Have I missed a stream, chat? I think I was supposed to, but I didn't. Alright, damn. Damn. Uh. Wait, Moist Critical's back? Why is my phone not working? Damn. I gotta keep my phone charged, chat. I keep on forgetting. I keep on forgetting. Oh, wow. That's the character from Adventure. That makes a lot more sense now that I think about it. Alright, chat. I apologize for the booty internet yesterday. Internet was so buns, and that generally pissed me off. Every time we about to get into a long stream, I'm trying to do like, oh shit, I'm trying to do like 6-7 hours. No, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do like 4 or 5 hour stream, and what the hell? Okay, I'm trying to do a like 5 hour stream, 4 hour stream, and like the internet just started tripping, bro. But don't worry, humble beginnings, bro. Because when I make it, we gonna forget. Well, we ain't gonna forget, but that ain't gonna happen again. Humble beginnings, though. But yeah, chat. Let me explain to y'all why I've been super late. Honestly, I just been tired. Like, I literally took a nap, finished like the last 17 minutes of The Upside. Fire movie, by the way. Such a good movie. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, but I just been tired, bro. I've been so drained, and I didn't even. I wanted to stream, but I was like, you know what? The stream can wait. So I haven't missed a daily stream. It might be late, but I haven't missed a stream. I haven't missed a day. If I miss a day, it'll be a perfectly good reason. But yeah, let me tell y'all, chat. Okay, today, bro, right? I'm in geometry class, chilling, just chilling. And out of nowhere, like, it's crazy. Out of nowhere, right? I'm in the middle of geometry class, first period, it's 9 o'clock. And I hear a girl go, bitch, who the fuck you staring at? You got a staring problem. I'm like, yo. And I know this girl, so I'm like, bro, she already tripping on somebody. I was so tired. I tell you, chat, I was up till like 5 in the morning. I was up till like 5 in the morning, so I was so tired, bro. I was so out of it. So I didn't even turn around because I was just like, I already know she tripping. You know, it's gonna blow past. Then apparently the next thing was another girl stood up and said, "What the fuck you gonna do about it?" So the girl pushed her. Mm, mm, mm. I tell you, after she got pushed, the girl that got pushed put hands and feet on the girl who started it. Not feet, but just she was throwing hands. I gotta say, she was throwing hands, crazy haymakers. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, see, my mic even fell like the girl fell. She fell and was like, I shouldn't laugh, but it's like, dude, how you gonna start a problem and then not end it? You gonna cause a problem and then your goofy ass just gonna get cooked, get washed in a fight. But it's cool. Oh yeah, then I had a Chipotle burrito, but yeah, we Gucci now. We Gucci. We got how many videos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 videos. We got 7 videos. And yeah. Honestly, this should be the next video if we have time. Not if we have time, but yeah, we probably will have time. But yeah, when the actor has too much range, lock in, chat.
If Christian Bale wasn't acting, he'd probably be on some government watch list for suspiciously accurate identity theft. This man morphs into roles like an undercover cop who's been in deep cover for 20 years and can't remember his real name anymore. You watch American Psycho, and he's a corporate serial killer with abs sharp enough to julienne carrots. Jump to The Machinist, and he's a haunted skeleton that looks like he survived on nothing but cold anxiety and black coffee fumes. Then, before your body can even digest that, he's Batman somehow looking like he gained an entire person's worth of muscle in a few months. The guy's filmography reads like a biology experiment gone wrong. Every movie feels like he asked, what's the most physically and emotionally damaging thing I can do to myself for art? And then did it anyway. Christian Bale doesn't have range. He is range. Watching his career is like watching a man speedrun the entire human experience, one calorie-deficient transformation at a time. Let's start with American Psycho, where Bale truly became a myth. Patrick Bateman is a mask stretched over an empty shell, a walking satire of consumerist masculinity so exaggerated it becomes terrifyingly believable. Bale plays him with such surgical precision that every smile feels rehearsed.
I gotta say, American Psycho is a fire movie. You know, it's really good. And it's just like, damn, like Christian Bale played the shit out of that role. I mean, but what role hasn't he done, good in? Oh, I did hear that he's a jackass to work with, though. Like, he's a
Every
dickhead.
gesture like it was practiced in front of a mirror, and that's exactly the point.
I
You can
wouldn't-
tell
I
he's
wouldn't bl- I
performing
wouldn't
even when he's alone
past him.
rehearsing human emotion like someone studying a foreign language. The genius of Bale's performance is that he can allude to the fact this is someone emulating emotion instead of concealing it. His monologues about business cards, skincare routines, and Phil Collins are proof of how detached this man is from meaning. He doesn't really care about art, music, or people. He cares about having opinions on them. Bale uses his body as an instrument of control. The sharp posture, the perfect grooming and workout routine, the way his jaw tenses when someone challenges his status, it's physical acting at its purest. And when the violence unfolds, the eruption of violence feels like the same emptiness finally leaking out. Every scream and swing of the axe has rhythm, as though Bateman's performing even for himself. And in that terrifying precision, Bale captured the 21st century sociopath before the century even began. This is the kind of performance that can't be taught. Bale balances absurd humor and raw menace so effortlessly that you start laughing at moments you shouldn't, which is exactly the point. He gives Bateman a rhythm, this mechanical, hyper-curated personality that slips the moment no one's watching. He's the face of a hollow generation hiding behind perfect abs and business cards, and he knows it. American Hustle is where he reminds you that he doesn't need to play a killer or a superhero.
Oh, this one he actually genuinely fucked up his career on this one, cause he knocked out a disc in his back, and now he can't put on or lose weight anymore like he used to. So
To
that's fucked up.
completely dominate the screen. As Irving Rosenfeld, Bale reshapes his entire energy. Gone is the rigid physicality or the cold precision of his darker roles. This is Bale drenched in sleaze, charisma, and desperation. The man's got a comb-over that's practically a metaphor for the whole movie, an illusion barely holding together, one gust of wind away from collapse. His performance is both pathetic and magnetic. He's a scam artist who's self-aware enough to know he's full of it, but too addicted to the act to stop. What's brilliant here is the duality he brings. Irving is running cons on others while also running one on himself, convincing his own conscience that he's not a bad guy, similar to the fake gurus of the real world. I mean, he's so good at it, you'd think he owned a sleazy prop firm before he started acting. Bale, yet again, communicates so much with just his body language. The nervous energy in his hands, the soft-spoken tone in which he speaks that makes you root for him as he's lying through his teeth.
No, that is true.
The cinematography is lush, golden, and indulgent, mirroring his delusion, bathing every scene in the false glamour of the 1970s con world. But under the sparkle, he anchors the film in something painfully human. Every nervous glance and forced grin screams that he's drowning in guilt. It's a masterclass in embodying delusion, and you and I would probably buy into whatever he's selling. Then came Batman Begins, where Bale redefined what it meant to wear it. His Bruce Wayne is a trauma case learning how to turn pain into purpose. He plays the role like he's possessed by duality, wrestling with his shadow in every frame. The way he calibrates his voice, posture, even breathing to separate Wayne from Batman is methodical. There's humanity buried inside all the armor, and Bale lets it leak through.
Hey, this might be a hot take, chat. Hey, I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but I gotta say it. Batman Begins, in my opinion, is the worst of the trilogy. I actually don't know if that's a hot take. I actually don't know. I feel like it goes The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, and Batman Begins, in my opinion. And it's but they're three of them are still
through in
really good
fleeting,
movies.
heartbreaking moments. When he says,
People need dramatic examples to shake them out of apathy, and I can't do that as Bruce Wayne.
you believe he means it. Batman is addicted to control, chasing a ghost he can't ever catch. It's that undercurrent of obsession and guilt that makes Batman Begins more than an origin story. By The Dark Knight, Bale's control as an actor is almost unnerving. He understands that this is the point where Bruce's identity starts to fracture. The stoic facade begins to slip, and Bale lets that tension boil beneath the surface. But he barely lets it out. You can see the exhaustion in how he talks to Alfred, the despair hiding behind the gravel in his voice. Opposite Ledger's chaos, Bale grounds the entire film. He doesn't need to compete for the spotlight because his restraint is the counterpoint. His Batman is finally realizing that justice and obsession have merged into the same thing. That Gotham will never stop taking from him no matter how much he sacrifices, no matter how much the people around him sacrifice. In the quieter moments, that scene where he's standing over the rubble of the destroyed Batmobile, or when he stares blankly at the sonar wall, you see the cracks forming. Bale's minimalism turns Bruce's crisis into something mythic. He embodies the tragedy of someone trying to hold a moral code in a city that keeps proving him wrong. The tragedy of The Dark Knight is that he loses himself while trying to save everyone else, and Bale sells that unraveling with devastating precision. By the time we reach The Dark Knight Rises, Bruce isn't just broken, he's hollowed out. Bale takes that same energy from the first two films and turns it inward. This is a man living off the memory of a purpose that no longer exists, a shell of his former self. His movement looks heavy, his breathing feels reluctant. When he climbs out of the pit, it's the culmination of a decade of emotional and psychological exhaustion. Bale leans into the vulnerability of Bruce Wayne more than ever here. He can barely stand without...
I gotta say, I really love The Dark Knight Rises. I hear a lot of people give that movie hate, but I really love that movie. I won't say it's better than The Dark Knight because it's not. That's just like genuinely not true. But The Dark Knight Rises is a super good film. I really like it.
Pain and wants to try to become a symbol.
Especially that scene when he's crawling out of the thing and like nobody's ever done it, and he actually genuinely almost kills himself, but he like gets back and does it, and it's like, oh man, that scene is like genuinely so powerful. It's fire.
Again, because he knows he needs to be. What's remarkable is how he plays the rebirth. Like there's no triumphant I'm back moment. Just remarkable is
Brody punched shit in that scene. Hell no.
Plays the rebirth. Like there's no triumphant I'm back moment, just determination and grit. Like an addict finally admitting what he's been running from. Bale's physicality, which has always been a cornerstone of his craft, turns...
I was surprised that Michael Bay made The Dark Knight. It was Michael Bay, right? Oh, Christopher. Yeah, I forgot it is Christopher Nolan. I was thinking about TMNT because I was watching a video about TMNT, Michael Bay, and like niggas hated it, the original concept art. But oh my god, bro, why does it keep popping? Stop showing me that shit. No, but this is a Christopher Nolan.
Poetic
why
here.
The fuck I said Michael
The limp,
Bay.
the labored breathing, the way he sits.
I meant to say I was surprised.
It's all storytelling.
Never mind.
The ending lands because he's earned it. You believe Bruce deserves peace for once. Bale gives this trilogy a soul. His Batman trilogy is about the cost of identity, and Bale wears that cost in every frame. The Fighter is one of his most gut-wrenching performances, and it's easy to forget that the skeletal, jittery Dickie Eklund is the same man who once stalked Wall Street with a chainsaw. There's a manic tenderness in that role, a washed-up boxer who can't stop chasing his own myth. Bale plays him as someone whose charisma is his curse. You can't take your eyes off him even when he's destroying himself.
Ah, hell no. Genuinely, though, this is what y'all motherfuckers look like. The niggas that can't put down vapes, you will be this in like 10 years. Give it time. You will be this in 10 years. If you are a straight bum, like, you ain't got no job, you know, but you still got that addiction, you gonna look exactly like this motherfucker. Real talk.
His rapport with Mark Wahlberg feels lived in, almost documentary level, real similar to End of Watch. The way he fidgets and the way his eyes dart around, the restless energy that fills every silence, It's genius. He gives Dickie
No,
dignity
genuinely,
even
he looks like a crackhead in this movie. I give Christian Bale his props because that motherfucker takes on the role no matter what. This nigga genuinely looks like a meth head.
when the world's written him off.
I mean,
The
he genuinely
Oscar was
looks like a crackhead,
overdue
like real talk.
validation. It's one of those roles where you can tell he didn't walk onto set to perform, but to atone. Eklund is suffocating under the myth of his own potential. The brilliance of Bale's approach is how he balances charm and decay. He gives Dickie a magnetism that makes you understand why everyone around him keeps forgiving him, even when he doesn't deserve it, similar to a family member overcome by addiction. At the end of the day, they're still family. There's a rhythm to the way he speaks. Fast.
I do gotta say though, it is kind of crazy that that Christian Bale won an Oscar for this. Why do I fucking keep saying that? But he won an Oscar for this movie, and it's like, damn, what about Mark Wahlberg? He's a star of this shit, and they skipped right over that motherfucker. That's kind of crazy. Does Mark Wahlberg even have any? Oh my gosh, I can fucking type. Best Picture, 2011. Best Supporting Actor. No, nigga. Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor. In 07? Shooter and We Own the Night. We're wolves, we own the night. I'm so sorry, I guess.
Slurred,
I haven't seen any
full of
the movies.
misplaced confidence, as if talking quicker might help him outrun his own shame. And beneath it all, full awareness that he knows exactly how far he's fallen. The jailhouse interviews, the moments with his brother Mickey, the forced bravado, they're heartbreaking because Bale refused to make them melodramatic. He asked you to recognize the humanity in failure, the frustration of falling back into something you swore you'd never do again. That's what makes this performance so quietly devastating. Then there's Harsh Times, what I believe to be Bale's most underappreciated.
If I watch the movie, then maybe I will understand why they gave Christian Bale an Oscar and not Mark Wahlberg.
Performances. Bale dives headfirst into the mind of a broken vet trying to navigate civilian life with nothing but paranoia and misplaced aggression to keep him company. It's grimy, ugly, and painfully real. Bale's Jim Luther Davis is the kind of guy who believes he's in control, while his entire life spirals out from under him. The performance is raw and unfiltered. He's unpredictable, bouncing between charm and violence like someone who doesn't know how to turn himself off anymore. Bale makes you pity him even when he's unbearable. The film lives in that uncomfortable space where masculinity and self-destruction
Why
bearable.
was he so aggressive when he did that shot?
The film lives in
Like, he was so aggressive.
that uncomfortable space where masculinity and self-destruction feed off each other, and Bale nails that energy. His very line delivery sounds like it's coming from someone trying not to break character in his own life. There's a desperation in his eyes that says everything the dialogue doesn't. That war never really left him, it just changed zip codes. A reminder that Bale's greatest power is making chaos feel human. Up next, The Machinist, which is borderline masochistic in its commitment. Bale also loses presence on top of the pounds he lost for this role. Trevor Resnick is haunted by his own existence. Every frame of that film is built around his physical decay, but the real horror is in his eyes, that constant sleepless panic. He turns paranoia into poetry, embodying guilt in the most visceral way possible. Bale weaponizes discomfort. You can't look at him without feeling uneasy, and that's exactly the point. Bale's transformation here goes beyond method. It's martyrdom. He turns his body into a haunted house, each bone a window into the guilt that has consumed him over time. Trevor Resnick is emaciated physically and spiritually. He's hollowed out. And you can tell.
If I saw this dude right here, skinny as hell, I'd mag dump, bro. I would genuinely mag dump, chat. What the hell am I looking at?
Well, this role took a lot out of him. He drifts through scenes like a shadow trying to remember what it feels like to exist. It's as if his brain has forgotten how to tell his body to act human. What's incredible is how Bale turns that physical deterioration into psychology. You can see the insomnia in his posture, the paranoia in the way he scans a room, the shame in how he avoids mirrors. It's horror without monsters because he is the monster, just consumed by guilt so completely that reality itself starts to rot around him. The moment he begins to piece together the truth that every hallucination is just a reflection of his own guilt.
What did he live off on? Oh, child, not the camera doing that again, bro. Oh my god, Ryan. Anyway, what did he live off? I heard he lived off an apple and like what was the movie? Oh, The Machinist. I just remember. Hey, don't worry about my oh my fucking god, bro. Dude, I can't even spell, chat. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. 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 Beggars can't be choosers, bitch. This ain't Chipotle. He ate one can of tuna, one apple, and endless black coffee. So drink water and smoke cigarettes to suppress his appetite. Yo, are we dead ass? What? Did I not spell it? Obviously. Okay, what the fuck am I looking at? I did not bail. I never did that. I don't know what I'm looking at. Wait, how much? Oh, isn't it? My bad. Yo, 100. What the fuck am I doing? 120, bro. Yeah, I know. We know that. He lost 60 to 63 pounds. Why not? Never mind. Approximately. From approximately. Oh, that shit's not that bad, actually. Ew, what the hell? This nigga looks absolute juiced, though. He can't be. Is he natural? I don't know. Is he natural? Okay, this is the last thing, and we're going back. Is Christian Bale natty? What type of fucking fact is this? Bale became a vegetarian 7 years old, but in 2009 he said, he had stopped eating red meat after reading. He's 7 years old. He can't be, right? Why the fuck? Okay, I can't even. Oh, wow. Oh, that's not used. Why did it say, yo, Chad, this is what pisses me off sometimes. AI overview will highlight the bullshit. It's not, but then if I keep reading, it specifically says, and it has not used performance enhancing drugs. So what the hell is the point of this? The fuck? Performing enhancing drugs, while some of its transformations are achievable through nation intense training, diet, and rest. The sheer speed of the changes led to speculation about its methods. Okay, that was the last one. We're back. We're back. We're locked in.
The tragedy hits like a truck. He's been punishing himself the entire time. It's one of those performances that makes you question the line between actor and victim. Bale starved Trevor Resnick out of himself until nothing was left but remorse and bones. Then you have The Prestige, the film that's practically engineered for Christian Bale. Two magicians obsessed with outdoing one another, one willing to risk everything for the
Of course, this motherfucker. This motherfucker always
perfect
in a magician
illusion.
movie, bro.
Obsessed with
He
outdoing.
was in Now You See Me 1 and 2. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna GTA 5 method, bro. One shot. Fucking annoying. I can't do this. Like, what the hell? Anyway, 1 and 2, and The Prestige, bro. I've never even seen this movie. But
Doing one another, one willing to risk everything for the perfect
why is
illusion.
Hugh Jackman?
Bale's Alfred Borden is cold, methodical, and somewhat unhinged. It's a performance that operates on layers. You think you're watching a man obsessed with magic, but really, you're watching someone living two lives at once. Every word he says feels like it's coded in misdirection. The entire film reconfigures itself around that performance, selling the duality of genius and madness without overselling it. The accent, the posture, even the way he looks at Hugh Jackman's Angier, half contempt, half respect, it's all perfectly calibrated. Nolan's clean, symmetrical cinematography finds its match in Bale's controlled energy. Both men are obsessed with precision. The twist only works because Bale makes it emotionally devastating. The realization that the magic was never the trick itself, but the sacrifice behind it. This is around the time the general public started to realize that Bale is in a league of his own. Equilibrium is one of those films that never got the recognition it deserved. And yes, I'll fully admit that's personal bias talking, because this movie is pure stylistic bliss in the form of early 2000s sci-fi pulp. Christian Bale plays John Preston, a high-ranking enforcer in a future where emotion itself is outlawed. And from that premise alone, you can already tell it's a film obsessed with control, both thematically and visually. The cinematography is all sharp lines, cold symmetry, and muted grays that gradually warm as Bale's character begins to feel again. It's not just world building, it's visual storytelling in its most elegant form. The gun kata sequences are balletic, the lighting feels religious in how it isolates Bale in moments of clarity, and the color grading evolves with his emotional awakening, from sterile whites and blues to deeper, almost painterly hues once he's free. And Bale, in the middle of all that, gives a performance that's criminally overlooked. He starts as this perfect instrument of repression, all clipped speech, still posture, eyes dead behind the uniform, and slowly lets emotion leak in like a forbidden drug. The moment his mask cracks, you see a man rediscovering humanity, an actor having complete command of restraint and release. Equilibrium might not have had the budget or prestige of The Matrix, but in terms of emotional precision and visual grace, it stands toe-to-toe with it, at least in my opinion.
I was just about to say,
It's a film that looks clinical on the surface, but bleeds poetry underneath.
The Matrix.
And Bale is the scalpel making every cut count. Now, Terminator Salvation is a strange case. It's one of those movies that doesn't deserve how seriously Bale takes it. He plays John Connor, the man meant to fulfill the prophecy the previous films have been building up to, and he's fully aware of that, trying to live up to a legend he...
I don't know why I just can't see Christian Bale being in a Terminator movie. I've seen like the first one, like that old shit, bro. When what's his name, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nah, but seriously, when Arnold Schwarzenegger was like in the whatever Terminator, that was like the only one I seen, and the second one, whichever one was the one where a cop, and he was running really fast, but he wasn't even breaking a sweat. That guy. It was that one. It was the first one and that one. Whatever. I think that was the second one. Maybe I don't know. Or maybe it was the first one. I don't know. But all I know is I just can't see Christian Bale in a
never asked
Terminator
for.
movie.
You can tell Bale approached this like it was the Dark Knight set in an apocalypse. The line delivery feels weighed down with exhaustion, not just from the war against machines, but from carrying the emotional baggage of a franchise running on fumes. There's anger beneath every command he gives. It makes you believe he's spent years watching humanity crumble. And say what you will about the film's writing, Bale makes it feel like it matters. His physicality is pure conviction. He stalks through bombed-out landscapes as a soldier clinging to duty just to stay sane. Even the infamous on-set meltdown makes sense in hindsight.
Jack, can I name one actor that doesn't have a single bad movie, or hasn't been in a single bad movie? Can I name one actor? I don't think I can. Maybe Denzel Washington. Motherfucker, has he played in any movie where he hasn't been the star? Like, god damn. Yo, I'm starting to believe that there's not a single movie he hasn't been in where he wasn't on the front fucking page. I haven't seen any of these movies. I've seen The Equalizer, Training Day. I've seen all of The Equalizers, Gladiator 2, Malcolm X, John Q. John Q was fucking crazy. That was sad. Shit, that's it. Bro, I don't even be watching movies, bro. I be thinking I be seeing a lot of movies, but then it just reminds me how much I haven't seen. Nigger, if this happens one more time, bro. Oh, it happens every time I open. That's freaking retarded.
You can see that manic intensity bubbling right under the surface. He treats this half-baked blockbuster like Shakespeare, and that's both the film's saving grace and its downfall. You get the sense that Bale is fighting Skynet and mediocrity of the script itself. Let's be honest, Thor Love and Thunder was chaos wrapped in neon lighting, but Bale walked in like he was in a completely different movie, and it worked excellently.
What the fuck am I looking at, bro? What am I looking at? Yo. Alright, Christian Bale, you got it, bro. Just stop, please, for the love of God.
As Gore the God Butcher, he quickly became the film's real emotional center. He's pale, sickly, eyes sunken, with devotion gone rotten, the kind of performance that feels ripped from a tragic myth rather than a Marvel script stuffed with goats screaming for punchlines. Bale commits so hard, you forget how ridiculous the surroundings are. It's like a totally different movie when he's on screen. There's this haunting fragility in his movements, the way he treats his god-slaying mission like a religious fever dream rather than revenge. His opening scene praying to his god, only to be mocked and abandoned, sets the tone for a performance dripping with grief as God, only to be mocked and abandoned.
Oh, first glimpse, bro? I thought it was Jake Paul. Oh, my cook shot. Oh, wait, let me refresh.
If Christian Bale was an actor,
Nigga, really? This isn't even my freaking... Okay, whatever, I guess.
he's one of the few Marvel villains that actually accomplishes his goal. Yet even with unlimited power, he just wants his daughter back. I mean, call me crazy, but I think he's more compelling as an antagonist than the High Evolutionary. Even when the film undercuts itself with jokes, Bale's presence pulls it back towards something mythic, something tragic. The Iron
Marvel hasn't been the same, bro. Like, yo, Marvel is so cheeks now.
irony is that in a movie trying so hard to be funny,
What am I?
Bale is the
lacking?
one who gives it soul.
Oh,
And that's
God.
probably the cruelest joke of all. But I think he, like Chris Hemsworth, realized he's too talented to waste his efforts on a franchise that doesn't give a fuck about their characters. That's the thing about Christian Bale, man. Every role feels like he's burning through a piece of himself just to see what's left on the other side. Whether he's a Wall Street sociopath, a broken boxer, a guilt-ridden machinist, or a man dressed like a bat, there's always that same undercurrent of obsession. This need to find the
I don't know. It's kind of crazy to think about that Christian Bale was Batman. I don't know. Just for me, like that doesn't seem. The two actors that I've never seen coming. Oh, okay, I wasn't even alive when Christian Bale was Batman. I don't know if I can say that because YouTube. I was, but like you know what I mean. Not the first one, but just the fact that like I don't even know, like the fact that him and Robert Pattinson, I just can't see as Batman. I don't know why. I mean, they played their roles really well, but it's just in my opinion, it's like what the hell. The fact that they're Batman is kind of insane. Or they were Batman. I mean, Robert Pattinson is still
humanity
Robert
buried in
Pattinson is still
extremes.
Batman.
He never lets the performance rest on the surface. He doesn't chase applause or memes or iconic lines. He
Oh,
chases
okay. The video is almost over, so I'm just gonna like pause and talk for a little bit. Can we please, for the love of God, stop splitting universes, bro? When whatchamacallit said they're gonna revise or remake the DC universe, the DCU. I think it's I think right now it's the DCEU, but they're gonna call it the DCU. And they're saying that they're not adding Robert Pattinson's Batman. Bro, can you stop? It's getting confusing, bro. It gets confusing and it gets annoying because why would I want to watch the Batman and then Batman, and they're two different fucking Batmans, bro? Like real talk. And then they're made in the same like okay, like oh my god, I understand. Like I understand for the Dark Knight and Batman and Robin and stuff like that. Those movies, yeah, it's different universes, it's different movies because whatever. But why do we have to make a universe and split and have to make two damn Batmans? Why do I have to watch the Batman 2 and he's just not gonna get he's not gonna be in the fucking DC? Like that's like me going to see Spider-Man and he's not going to be he's not gonna be in the MCU, bro. That was for the longest time. That was Spider-Man for the longest time. Remember, the first MCU movie came out in '08. In '08, Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk. You mean to tell me that Spider-Man, hold on, shit, cuz literally the year before '08 was Spider-Man 3. And then in 2012, what came out in 2012? What Marvel movie? Was it the Avengers? Was it Avengers? It was the Avengers. Mind you, Spider-Man was web slinging around this movie, like when this movie happened. That's what I'm saying. Can we stop splitting universes? It's pissing me off. It pisses me off. It's getting annoying to the point where it's like, I don't even want to like spend my money on either of them.
This is truth, the ugly, fragile kind that most actors are too afraid to touch. He's one of the few who can go from the precision of American Psycho to the raw despair of The Machinist, and then land in the moral gray of The Dark Knight without losing coherence. The through line is discipline, a monk-like devotion to craft that borders on self-destruction. He's willing to risk identity itself for the sake of performance, and that's why it was so much fun making this video. Each role feels like a controlled implosion, and somehow he always walks out of the wreckage with something new to say. There's range, and then there's Christian Bale, the actor who makes you forget there was ever anyone else underneath.
Most actors.
I'll look at that. Okay, 6 Kanye fans versus 1 hater. Oh my gosh. I can spot it out because I am a big Kanye fan. So we gonna see. We gonna see.
What if we all just sing at the same time?
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Oh God.
I'm
All right, come
living
on,
in
we
the
can't.
21st
Okay.
century, doing something mean to it, doing
This nigga is not a Kanye fan, like already.
nothing better
anyone has seen, do it, scream for the haters.
Got a nice ring to it. Oh, he's not. I guess every
We brought
superhero
together
needs their
7
theme music.
Kanye
No one
fans.
man
I
should
am a
have
Kanye fan.
all that
I'm a Kanye
power.
fan.
I'm a Kanye fan.
Clock's
I'm a
ticking,
Kanye
I
fan.
just
I'm a
count
Kanye
the
fan.
I'm a
hours.
Kanye fan.
Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
One is a liar. If the group discovers who the liar is, they'll split a cash prize.
Wait, I seen this video already, chat. I'm sorry. I've already seen this video. It's this nigga, or it's one of the black guys, actually. Yeah.
You all a gift.
Cool.
These are odd one out. Bad.
Good job, Alex.
Give you all.
And of his seeing him in that context will quick because
I am no longer a Kanye fan. I believe that when you have a successful platform and influence, it's your responsibility to be mindful of your actions and what it is that you're saying.
Okay. I'm just gonna not watch this video because how the fuck can you be a fake Kanye fan but you were a Kanye fan? You can't be a fake Kanye fan. You were once a Kanye fan. That's retarded. Jason the Ween is always in disguise. Lock in.
Jason the Ween isn't one person, at least not in the way you think. Everything Jason does plays into a bigger performance, a career built on turning himself.
I gotta redo that for the clip, chat. I gotta redo that for the clip. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the powder. 21st centuries.
Jason the Ween isn't one person, at least not in the way you think. Everything Jason does plays into a bigger performance, a career built on turning.
I fucking messed it up. Hold on. For the
Jason
clip,
the Ween isn't one person, at least. Jason the Ween isn't one person, at least not in the way you think. Everything Jason does plays into a bigger performance, a career built.
I don't even want to do this, bro. I don't even fucking watch this video. What the hell am I looking at? What? Oh, hell no. Oh, chat. I got 3 live streams to clip.
Built on turning himself into different characters online. Sometimes he's a cringy TikToker, others he's an IRL streamer or a musical artist. It feels like every few months he's onto an entirely new. Others he's an IRL streamer or a musical artist. It feels like every few
You are genuinely a closeted homosexual.
months he's onto an entirely new thing. And yet every time he changes character, the crowd gets bigger. But what if I told you none of it happened by accident? The cringe, the characters, the constant reinventions, all of it was a part of a plan. In truth, it was never about the views or fame. Jason was chasing something else.
I gotta be successful quick so that he can live a happier life, and I've never told him that.
For Jason Wynn, the American dream smelled a lot like acetone. It was the life his parents, immigrants from Vietnam, painstakingly built inside a small nail salon in Fort Worth, Texas. Jason spent plenty of afternoons there, doing homework on the counter with the buzz of nail drills in the background. He was a quiet kid.
Hey, I can't lie. A country beat kind of tough.
The kind that got straight A's, won spelling bees, and never really caused any trouble. From elementary school through high school, he mostly flew under the radar. But he couldn't ignore what he saw at home. His parents were older than everyone else's. They never took a day off, and every dollar they earned came from hunching over a manicure table. Somewhere along the way, he made himself a promise. Retire them. Get mom and dad out of that salon for good. The only problem was he was 15. No license, no job, no way to make real money. Then 2019 rolled around, and a new kind of gold rush showed up on his phone. It started when a company called ByteDance bought this massive but relatively dead app called Musical.ly. They gutted it, rebranded it, and TikTok was released. The app as a whole worked differently than any other social platform. Videos were meant to be short, less than a minute in length, and instead of you, the user, choosing who to follow and what kind of content to see, the algorithm really chooses for you. Within a year of the release, TikTok hit the top of the download charts like a nuke. In the blink of an eye, you had kids like Charli D'Amelio, going from filming TikTok dances in her bedroom with 0 followers, to just a few months later moving to LA, starring in Hulu shows, Super Bowl commercials, signing multi-million-dollar deals with Dunkin', Hollister, and Morphe Cosmetics. And Jason thought, well, why not me? But here's the thing, social media algorithms feed on flair. They boost the stuff that grabs your attention, creates
Nah, that Iron Man edit is tough, though. I love Iron Man.
urgency, stirs FOMO. And honestly, Jason
that
didn't
Michael
have that
Jordan
kind
the
of
GOAT?
flair. They boost the stuff that grabs your attention, creates urgency, stirs FOMO. And honestly, Jason didn't have that kind of personality. There wasn't much about him that really created conversations. So what does he do? Well, he became someone else. Now, this kind of seems a lot more like an Internet 101 video than a Jason Lewine documentary at this point. But pay attention because this all ties in here in a minute. You see, those cringy, over-the-top personalities online aren't anything new. Actually, it goes all the way back to 2009, to iCarly.
Hey, it's Fred, and I'm gonna be on iCarly!
Fred is really one of the OGs of this. It's this annoying, polarizing, eccentric character, which love it or hate it, it stops your scroll. For whatever reason, it makes people comment, share, and talk about it. And we've seen this same strategy a million times since Fred. From Neon to iShowSpeed, it's a tried and true way to rack up some views on social media. And Jason weaponized this, creating some of the most hard to watch, nails on a chalkboard type videos.
Mommy, I need milk, Mom.
It didn't really take too long before these TikToks were pulling in millions of views, and Jason was growing an actual audience. And with a few viral videos and a snowballing fan base came the sponsors.
Oh, I'm eating plant-based nuggets. You will?
For about a year or so, Jason kept up with this, creating cringy videos, trolling online, and for a while, it was great. But then 2 problems hit. First, his TikTok accounts kept getting banned. No warnings, no appeals. One day he'd have hundreds of thousands of followers, the next, gone. Deleted like they never existed.
TikTok, what's going on?
Second, even with the views, the money just wasn't there. TikTok was still too new. Brands weren't shelling out fat checks for sponsored posts yet. So after graduating high school, in that summer limbo before college started, Jason made a decision. If he wanted real money, like retire your parents' money, he had to pivot to a new platform, Twitch. Now, growing on Twitch, that's a different beast. It's not like TikTok where one lucky post can shoot you into the algorithmic stratosphere. Twitch is slow, brutal, and unforgiving. And in my opinion, it's probably the hardest platform to build an audience on, which is exactly...
I think it is, honestly. I don't know, because... I don't know, chat. I think... Ooh, we should do a tier list. Now I know what I'm doing. We gonna get the homies on the live stream, and we're all gonna do a tier list. That'd be lit. But yeah, no. I'm gonna say that for No, we gonna do that for Friday or Sunday stream. But yeah, I think it goes. The hardest to grow is Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. TikTok's like the easiest. You use the right hashtags, you use the right sound, you're fucking in there.
Exactly why Jason had to get strategic. He'd been casually streaming since he was 14. Nothing serious, just testing out the waters, but in August of 2022, he made the call, fully committing his sights on streaming. And in his very first month, he averaged 71 viewers per stream. For Twitch, that's an incredibly promising start. But here's where Jason's strategy kicks in. You see, Jason had an audience on TikTok, 1 million followers to be exact. And he began the slow and steady process of converting those followers from TikTok to Twitch. Over the next month, he would stream Valorant gameplay. But instead of keeping it one-dimensional, he got a bit creative. There was this website called ePal, where you could essentially pay girls to play video games with you. Weird.
What?
Yes, I know. But that was a part of the character, the bit that Jason played.
Nah, my pants! My pants!
He brought the same TikTok persona into these streams, awkward and always towing the line between cringe and comedy. He would try to rizz the girls up mid-game, leading to some of the most painfully uncomfortable moments imaginable. But that was the point. Jason wasn't just streaming to entertain live viewers, he was streaming for clips. After each stream, he'd post dozens of these videos to TikTok, and the views continued to snowball. Then the next time he'd start up a stream, he'd also go live on TikTok for the first hour or so. Then end the TikTok live and tell his followers if they wanted to keep watching to come over to Twitch. The brilliance of this two-step approach paid off, because by October of that same year, he was averaging over 1,000 viewers per stream and had nearly 25,000 followers on Twitch. From there, Jason only hit the gas. He began collaborating with bigger streamers like Prod, Sneak.
And you know what's crazy? Like the ratio to like followers to Twitch is genuinely astronomically terrible. On YouTube, you will have 5 million followers and you can get like 1 million or 2 million views like every now and then. But for Twitch, you have 5 million subs, followers, you're getting like 30K, 20K, which is really good for Twitch. I mean, the best is like 75K. That was like the max, right? I don't know. I can't remember. I know like Tyson had broke the record or something like twice, which is genuinely insane. But it's like crazy. Like that's how like it's just man. It's
Shanks.
insane.
He began evolving his content to audiences broader than Valorant. He started hosting e-dates and added in IRL segments. But as 2022 came to an end and 2023 wrapped the corner, an entirely new shift to Jason's online presence came into the picture.
Every time I talk to you, my mind goes blank because you're just so beautiful, and I'm just like, I can't really think straight, you know what I mean?
Jason first met Eugen during what should have been just another e-dating stream. Something about her was different. The flirting and chemistry came naturally, and before long, their on-screen chemistry carried over into real life. They began dating, and for Jason, this was his first genuine relationship, and soon his audience was just invested in them as they were in him. These days, broadcasting your relationship online is almost like a growth hack, another way to hook viewers. But for Jason, it didn't work that way, because over the next year, his viewership actually became stagnant, hardly growing over the course of a year. So why am I mentioning this? Well, because in those moments with Eugen, at times the mask began to slip. Maybe he was just comfortable in the relationship, or was finally starting to feel comfortable in front of a camera. But viewers were beginning to see the more genuine side of Jason, especially during the breakup. Over time, having their relationship play out in front of thousands started to weigh on them. Jason's content still revolved around flirting with e-girls, and for Eugen, that was hard to ignore. Eventually, both decided to step away from the relationship, marking the end of a chapter that quietly reshaped how Jason came across to his audience. It's funny how life works, how sometimes what feels like a new low can be the exact moment you're on the brink of something higher. Over the next few months, Jason took every successful element from his streams and dialed it up to the max. He brought his Discord e-dates into the real world, traveling from state to state to host in-person dates with different girls. Sa, Selena, and Alyssa all became recurring personalities, and fans were quick to dub this era of content the Bop Arc. During this period, Jason's channel exploded in popularity. Just a month after his breakup, his average viewership nearly doubled, soaring from 2,700 to 5,300 viewers in what felt like a blink of an eye. And the growth didn't stop there. Stream after stream, the numbers kept climbing. While attending college full-time, he was streaming an average of 160 hours a month, pushing his momentum farther than ever before. But just beyond that wave of success was something even bigger, an opportunity that would take everything Jason had built and launch it into another universe. He was going to join FaZe Clan.
Shit, do you have to manhandle me, bro? Holy man, what do I even do?
Spitballs, pranks, disruptive outbursts. Mogging? Normally, under these circumstances, you would be expelled immediately.
This guy's crazy.
But your father has given a very generous donation to the university.
My father?
Now, a little backstory. For those who don't know, FaZe Clan can be credited with pioneering a lot of what you see on social media today. What started as a small group of gamers making YouTube trick shot videos turned
Yeah, but I don't know a single motherfucker on New Clan, on like the new FaZe Clan.
into something entirely new. Eventually, the group bought a house in New York and all moved in together, arguably creating the first content house
The
the
new
internet
FaZe
had ever
Clan,
seen.
though, like, I
From
don't know,
there,
like,
things
single
snowballed. By 2018, FaZe had stepped
FaZe
far
run.
beyond gaming.
Maybe
Their
still
roster,
in-
icons like FaZe Banks, Temper, Rug, Adapt, Rain, and Apex were everywhere. They landed huge brand deals, made the cover of Sports Illustrated, and even IPO'd at $1 billion valuation. But then the empire cracked. Now, we've got a video up on our channel that breaks down exactly how and why everything fell apart, but here's the short version. The founders had their equity diluted, corporate overvalued the company, put the wrong focus in the wrong places,
Actually,
the
wanted to
content
see
went
this
stale,
video.
fans stopped caring, and eventually FaZe went bankrupt. The founders managed to buy the brand back, and in early 2024, they set out to spark a full-scale revival. Step 1, wipe the slate clean. Almost every single talent was dropped and a fresh roster was announced. For OG fans who'd been watching for years, the bar for the new faces of FaZe wasn't just high, it was astronomical. One by one, names were revealed, some familiar veterans and some complete newcomers. And on that short list, nestled among a handful of new recruits, was Jason Lewin. Truth be told, no one believed in the new group. For most fans, this felt like just
Yeah,
another
new
lazy,
FaZe is
corporate-driven
like-
sellout. Exactly the kind of hollow move that had sunk FaZe in the first place.
What the f is is that sorry-ass new FaZe Clan lineup, man?
Nah,
Who the
for real.
f*** are these people?
However, almost
Don't know a
everyone
single
was
motherfucker on
completely wrong about the new roster. Within weeks, public opinion began to flip. Clips of New Phase started flooding TikTok, from trips to Tokyo to month-long subathons, and a steady stream of content both as a group and as individual creators. The momentum was undeniable.
That big Lacey, bro! Oh!
Jason, in particular, was breaking into a whole new tier of mainstream success. In the closing hours of the month-long subathon, he hit 100,000 active Twitch subscribers, overtaking streaming heavyweights like Kai Cenat and Jinxie, making him the #2 most subscribed to Twitch streamer in the world. Jason went on to close out the year strong. His average viewership would climb to over 15,000 viewers per stream, a 474% increase from the start of the year. He closed in on 1 million followers on Twitch and even won the 2024 Breakout Streamer of the Year award.
6 months ago, I finally dropped out of school to pursue streaming, and today I can say it was finally worth it. Breakout Streamer of the Year, let's go!
Up to this point, a lot of Jason's success had been built around the persona I've been talking about. The guy who will pull the most over-the-top stunts to rizz up girls, purely to send his chat into chaos. But there's a risk in leaning too heavily on one gimmick to keep people entertained. Take Fred, for example. At first, the high-pitched squeaky voice and hyper-edited ADHD-style videos were hilarious. People couldn't get enough, and it shot him into the spotlight. But over time, the bits started to feel repetitive, predictable, and eventually his audience moved on. At some point, Jason realized this, and decided to make a few changes.
But yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but the girl content has been slowing down.
Wait, why is the girl content slowing down?
Because, you know, I've realized.
Jason, girl content? Not happening? I'm not subbing anymore.
Wait, so you're quitting girl content? I'm not quitting, I'm just slowing down. I just feel like, you know, it's time to evolve.
Heading into 2025, Jason started taking off the mask. Instead of chasing whatever performance would go viral or playing solely to what the chat demanded, he began building streams around what he genuinely wanted to do. His biggest creator.
I just feel like
I
just feel like if you can't be yourself on stream, or if you can't be yourself, like on social media, then it's not worth it. Because then you just can constantly put on a mask, and once you see the mask start to leak, soon, or not soon, but like usually what happens is that fans don't rock with it. So that's why a lot of people just keep the mask on, and then it's 10 times worse when they just get out of character, you know. But I'm actually glad that bro was able to do that.
Angry Ginge, Deji, and George Clarkey before stepping in front of a camera for a Sidemen 20v1 video.
Wingardium Pregnoto! You feel that?
For any creator, being featured in a Sidemen video is a huge milestone. But the momentum didn't stop there. Just before the shoot, news had broken that he'd joined the cast of Inside, a Netflix reality series created by the Sidemen themselves. And then came the moment that would put him in front of one of the largest audiences of his career, the Sidemen charity match. All 90,000 seats at Wembley sold out. Over 2.7 million tuned in live. The roster included titans like Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, IShowSpeed, and Kai Cenat. And for the first time, Jason wasn't the weird kid trying to make a name for himself on social media. He was one of them. He was now a part of the club he once watched from the outside. He had the numbers, the clout, the collaborations, Wembley Stadium crowds, Netflix credits, his name alongside the biggest creators on the planet. But none of that was the finish line. Because long before the Twitch records, FaZe Clan, and charity matches, this all started in a small Texas suburb, with a quiet kid who promised himself one thing: retire mom and dad.
My dad sacrificed a lot, my mom sacrificed a lot. Cause I think my dad was always telling me that if he stayed in Vietnam, he could have been like super rich, cause he had like businesses out there. But he moved there because, you know, he wanted to start a family with my mom and with me. So he kind of put everything onto me. And sometimes I would feel like I need to be successful due to, you know, all my parents' sacrifices.
You see, success and sacrifices are like two faces on the same coin, inseparable, each defining the other. One side shapes you into someone capable of winning, while the other validates every hard choice you've made to get there. Think of just about any successful person, not the rare one-hit wonder, but the ones who've truly built something lasting. All of them have paid a steep price, a big chunk of their life traded away in exchange for a shot at the position they're in today. For Jason, sacrifice has worn many faces over the years, and since middle school, it's often come in the form of relationships.
Honestly, in middle school, they used to call me Chino because I was surrounded by a lot of Mexicans.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of Asians in my school, so I'd have to,
you know, I guess adapt or
Okay.
learn new cultures. So that was also a struggle. Like sometimes I would be scared to speak Vietnamese on the phone because some kids I knew they would make fun of me,
Yeah.
things like that. But in middle school, I'd be like self-conscious.
Yeah.
Like, and I'd sometimes want to be like, I guess not want to be a different race, but like, dress. I dress a certain way. I do my hair a certain way. Things like that.
And you mentioned that your dad had like left behind a lot of stuff to come here. Were you
Yeah.
born there or born here?
Born here.
And you mentioned that like there was some amount of like pressure that you were feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the sense of you of like the clock is kind of ticking. I'm also getting the sense that your parents like sacrificed and you're like an only child. So it's kind of like, you know, you get
Yeah.
one shot, right? And so kind of like it has to count. Like everything's on your shoulders.
Yeah.
So when you tell your parents, like, let's say, like, I'm going to pretend to be you for a second, okay? Let's do a little bit of role play. You okay with that? Hey, mom, dad, like, I'm concerned that y'all are getting a little bit older, and I'd love to spend more time with y'all before, you know, it kind of gets too late. Like, I know that y'all made a lot of sacrifices for me, and I'm grateful for that. I feel like grateful and indebted to you, and you guys have done so much for me, and like I want to give that back, and I'm afraid that I'm running out of time to be able to give that back. So I feel like this immense pressure to be like really successful like today, because I don't have a whole lot of time to tell you how grateful I am.
Yeah, I'm pretending to be my dad.
Yeah, what's it like to hear that, first of all?
I feel really
Stupid nigga for no reason.
emotional. Feel like, damn, I should tell him that. I want him to know that this is why I'm doing this.
Since blowing up over the past couple of years, he kept that promise in motion. He's bought his parents new cars, surprised them with $10,000, and is now on the path to fully retiring them. For Jason, making content is about giving back to the people who've been in his corner since the start, not personal success or to stroke his own ego. Last year, he became Twitch's #1 most subscribed Asian creator, but instead of keeping the spotlight all to himself, he used his platform to highlight other Asian creators and musicians.
Ever since Jason Deween has taken his next level, he's putting a lot of Asian people on for real, for real.
In doing so, he's become more than just a streamer.
the
He's
people.
become someone Asian kids growing up in
I'm not-
America can look up
obviously
to.
not Asian,
Someone who proved you can be yourself and still win. And he's done it without bending to the old pressure
That
to
dude's
fit in.
sweet. I
The
like
very
watching
things he once tried to hide are now the things he stands out for. Jason's only 21, but his story's already proof enough. In the end, every sacrifice, every late night, every hard choice was worth it.
Damn, W video. I investigated AI stores. Oh, lock in. This one's gonna be cool.
I found some of the craziest AI stores, ranging from a 7-Eleven that has automatic restocking and age detection software, all the way to a fully robot cafe where the robots themselves prepare the drinks and they even have a full-on conversation with you. These places and many more were absolutely crazy, so I'm excited for you guys to see this. So without further ado, grab your popcorn and let's do this. We're currently at 7-Eleven X6, which is a fully AI auto-generated 7-Eleven store. Everything is self-service, all the shelves are stocked via AI, and I think there's some other interesting things in there, like a metaverse and like some VR and AR capabilities. Most of the time, 7-Elevens in the United States are absolutely disgusting, attached to gas stations, etc. But here is most of the time, 7-Elevens in the United States are
Oh my god. Oh my golly gee, Batman. I would kill. Yeah. I KMS, bro, if I saw this shit, bro. Oh my gosh. This genuinely just pissed me off. That actually just pissed me off. What the hell am I Oh.
absolutely disgusting, attached to gas stations, etc. But here in Taiwan, where we are, the X6 is like the cutting-edge 7-Eleven, apparently very technologically advanced. So let's go inside and see what they got. Now, I think you have to maybe register before going in, or it uses some like facial recognition software. I'm not entirely sure. It's like fully themed with Sumiko Garashi, which is like a really popular character here in Asia.
Chat, I thought it was cool and I was gonna overhand throw my phone on my bed and tell me why I just smacked my 3D printer and I don't even know where it went.
Oh, so this is where you enter here. Okay. I was like, how come I can't get in? So there's like an avatar here that says you have to maybe open the app to get in. Okay, so let me figure out how to do this.
We'll go in.
That felt illegal. So we just leveraged somebody else to get into here. I don't think that's right, but look at this. This is just a fully autonomous store. So there's no employees. So this place has absolutely 0 people in it. I'm sure they have somebody who tends to it and they probably like clean the floors and stuff. But generally speaking, I mean, this is it. Whoa, what is this? There's like little pod areas. I mean, I can't read Chinese. Oh, it looks like just like little cubbies in which you could eat or you could do work and you just hang out there. This is the future. Just nobody in the store and you could just like.
So what if I steal a bunch of stuff, like smuggle it, right? And then get somebody to open it from the outside, and I just dart out there.
Like get some food, heat it up, and then just like eat and work inside of there. Yeah, sorry, school, it says. Very cool spot. I mean, this is what the shelves look like. I hope they don't think I stole this water, because I have a water that they sell here. I mean, there's nobody who, in theory, could catch me, but it's a very high trust society here. I don't think a place like this could exist in the United States with 0 employees.
Very trusted society. That makes sense, bro. Yeah, U.S. motherfuckers is snatching that shit, bro. Actually, kind of like, I wish we were in a society like that, like America, where it's like niggas is trustworthy and you could get away with a lot more things. Like, the reason why the U.S. doesn't have nicer shit is because of motherfuckers like that'll just steal out of stores and stuff. I mean, I was making a joke. I've never stole anything from a store. Okay, well, I know that's crazy. Oh, he hasn't stolen anything? Yeah, sure. But seriously, I haven't stolen anything from, so it's like, I was just making a joke. But the fact that niggas actually have to worry about that in the U.S. and not over here, it's kind of crazy.
Because you're just gonna have people taking advantage of the system, ransacking it, stealing items, absolutely. I mean, right now, like, they already steal items in stores. That's why you have, like, CVS locking up their shampoos and deodorant. But yeah, so it's behind here, and then apparently, as you keep pulling items, more items come forward. So I don't know if there's, like, a hidden person in the back.
Bro, I was at a CVS one time, and me and my cousin were walking Armand, like, me and Armand were, like, literally in CVS, and we saw that, like, all of the candy was just locked up. I'm like, dude, whose fat ass is stealing all the goddamn candy, bro? Where they have to lock gummy bears up. Like, what?
It's just like pushing it forward, or if there truly is some automated system. We're in Asia, so... Oh, look at that! This is all AI. So it truly is just dependent on like your movements. So this store is just entirely sensor built. Wait, let me try it here. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I feel so powerful. Wow, such a cool spot. I think I'm gonna get this 7-Eleven protein banana shake. I mean, you can't beat 22 grams of protein in this. It's actually kind of absurd. So we're gonna go ahead and get this and let's see the checkout process. It's also so cute, like all these different Sumiku Garashi, like little plushies that you could also purchase. But let's see what this process looks like. So it feels strange, but I think I just have to play cashier here. So I can't read anything on this screen. So I'm just gonna click proceed. Okay. Feels like this is the time to scan, right?
Can't do anything.
Nice. Okay, 49. I think that's like $1, maybe a bit more. All right, payment. I guess payment.
What? Yo, their economy is not fucked like ours. 32 cents for a drink? Motherfucker, motherfuckers would kill for 32 cents for a drink. Bro. A drink that size is like $3 in the United States. What the hell? Oh, hell no.
It's green, yellow. I'm just gonna press like the colors. Okay, I think I messed up. That's like a phone number. Oh, okay, payment. Now, I have Apple Pay, so I don't have this. I don't have this. I see bank. Maybe this is like potentially me. This is, who knows. Okay, I don't have iCash. Let me see if I can somehow finesse an Apple Pay here. All right, moment of truth. No way that worked. Oh, it worked. Okay, I got my receipt and I officially transacted in the fully autonomous 7-Eleven. Again, this is one of just like 3, I think, that exist in the world. All of them are in Taiwan. Shout out to Taiwan for their 7-Eleven X store. This would never exist in the United States, but no employees, fully autonomous, fully AI generated. Let's move on to the next spot. We're currently at Dawn Robot Cafe in Tokyo, and this one is fully autonomous because robots literally interact with you the entire way. So between taking your order, serving your food, and everything else in between, it's all robots. But here's the catch. It's not actually robots. It's humans with disabilities and people who can't actually be in the store remotely controlling the robots to do everything for you. So a little bit of an interesting one because it's kind of a hybrid because it is fully autonomous in a sense, but it's remotely controlled by humans. It's honestly a really cool concept. It's good for like social inclusivity, people with disabilities and making sure that they're working and getting employed. So I think it's a really fun concept. Let's go ahead and go inside though and explore this a bit further. So I think this is maybe like what they look like. So this is
Yo, is this true, chat? I just saw something where it said Doritos like are changing their look. Ah, hell nah. Oh, please, for the love of God, bro. Oh, for all things holy, don't change it to that, please.
Dawn, and then I think that's maybe her baby. Okay, let's go inside. I already see a couple robots. Hello.
This is the reception counter.
Ohayou gozaimasu. 2 people?
You can experience a robot service.
Okay.
You can enjoy being served drinks by the big robot.
So this is Masahiro. We are interacting with him to get our table. He's just laying out the rules of the place.
Yes, I'm Masahiro. Our robots are not an AI.
It ain't AI. Arigatou gozaimasu.
How is my webcam?
All right, so we just sat down. We were greeted by, I forget his name already, Masahiro perhaps, but he is controlling the reception robot, and then there's robots going around that are also tied to other people, and there's even a robot, and then there's robots going around that are also tied to other people, and there's even a robot barista on the other side that's making coffees and doing things like that. So we're currently waiting for our drink. We're getting like 2 teas, and I think it's being brought to us by another robot who again is controlled by a human. This place is really interesting. I've never seen anything like this before. There's like many levels too. It's not just like one person. It's like 3 or 4 different steps of the ordering process. At some point you're going to interact with the robot, which again is a human. Ohio. Oh, look at that.
Oh, thank you for coming.
How are you?
I'm okay. Oh, please call me Kay.
Kay, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm not good at English, but I try my best to speak okay.
Okay, dajobu. So this is Kay.
Bro, that's obviously somebody speaking through there. So that's not fully AI. That's like motherfuckers just like they got a headpiece on. They're probably in their bedroom. Yeah, you know, what you getting today? Hey, Jerry, you got the cocaine? Oh, shit, my mic unmuted.
Say hi, Kay. Oh, that's cool. Can wave as well.
Oh, where are you from?
From United States.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Hello, thank you. Hajimemashita. That's. Thank you. That's your daughter?
Oh, yeah.
Tell your daughter we said hi. We said hello.
Hi. Thank you.
Eyes instead of mouse to move her computer. Oh.
This robot can be taken anywhere with just a pocket Wi-Fi and a mobile battery.
So we're finishing up our drinks. We just had a good conversation with Kay over there. She was telling us that her daughter has cerebral palsy, and so she's basically remotely working so she can take care of her daughter, and she uses this avatar, and she brings it around too, so she can kind of like be at multiple places at once, which is kind of cool. And they use this microphone to basically transmit our voices, and then uses this webcam to kind of see what we're doing. So I was showing her some stuff on my phone. She could see our expressions, laughing and stuff, and then she could also translate pretty much in real time Japanese to English, so it's fairly seamless. And the fact that each table has their own robot, pretty cool concept overall. The larger robot in the kimono is going around, and I think obviously her job is to just provide drinks to people. And I think there's like a set path that you could see on the ground that's like these black lines that it just kind of follows. So I think it's mapped movement. So I don't think necessarily the movement is done by the people at home, but definitely the talking and the interaction is. So Dawn Avatar Robot Cafe, I mean, it's a good place to kind of interact with people remotely, and a great place to kind of bring light to people who can't necessarily like work in person. It's good like circumstantial ways to kind of employ people who are either, again, disabled or just have to be home. After we finished our drinks, we were talking to Kay for a bit more, and she asked why we were filming, and so I showed her my channel, and it was actually really cute. She got super excited and wanted a signature, so the staff brought me over a pen and paper, and I gave her a Sambucha official signature. All right, guys, so as we were leaving, they actually just started the barista show. So there was a telebarista, and it was basically manned by, again, another human, and it did like a full-on 15-minute French press making show. We ended up getting the coffee and everything, but here's some clips of what that looked like, because it was actually insane to kind of see that live. So in addition to kind of just like greeting us, talking to us at the table and delivering the food, they also were able to make coffee, and they only do it a couple of times per week. But luckily on our way out, we were able to snag some shots of it. Very cool. So again, overall, that place is awesome. This next store we're gonna go into is called Touch to Go. It's in the Takanawa Station in Japan. It's fully autonomous, meaning there's no humans inside of it, no staff, anything like that. It even has a really cool thing like age verification, in which if you buy something where you have to be over the age of 20, you look into a webcam, I think, and it decides whether or not you're of age. In addition to that, I think there's cameras everywhere all across it that just have eyes on you, and they know exactly what you pick up. So I think by the time you get to the register, it even knows exactly what you purchased. I don't believe it. I think it's a pretty absurd claim, but let's go inside and test this fully autonomous store. All right, we're good to go in. They've confirmed us. So I think they just registered that 2 people set foot in this store, and now they have so many cameras and eyes on us because I think it records everything that you get. Very interesting concept. This is a lot different than the 7-Eleven we went to, just because there's so many cameras, and I think it picks up on what you pick up, which is pretty cool overall. But let's go ahead and get a couple of items, and I want to see ultimately how it checks us out and stuff. I've never had so many cameras on me. Usually it's just the single one, but in this case,
I wonder how Japanese weed is, bro. They shit is probably next level. That shit's probably
there's probably at least 30. And it all uses AI tracking technology. There's obviously no employees in this store whatsoever. Even restocking the shelves is similar to the 7-Eleven in that it's just like based on the inventory, how much you take, and then the stock is just automatically refilled. So let's get some interesting Japanese snacks though. I don't know. How about we go for a water alongside, I want to get one of these interesting pastries here. And I'm gonna like hold it ever so slightly so they probably can't detect. What about these sweet red bean paste donuts? I know it's telling me to keep going, but I'm gonna backtrack because I want to try and get like a candy or something, which I'm pretty sure is over there. So I wonder if that's gonna mess up the AI scanning. I think I'm gonna go with these milk chocolate cubes. So in total now, I have 3 items. I want to see if it's able to truly detect that I have these. If so, this is actually next level. And I wonder if the fact that I went back has any sort of bearings on whether or not it could process what I just did. Oh, notably, there is a staff-only door. So I wonder if like in certain emergencies, there is a real human who comes out. Maybe they're not there at all times. I mean, right now there's literally nobody. But very interesting. Just like a...
He goes backwards, chat. They run at her. Oh, no, please, please, please. Get the cameraman too, get the cameraman too. Bag over his face.
Door with no people is crazy. Another thing we want to test here is the age verification. So like I mentioned, it uses AI to tell whether or not you're of age, so if you can purchase alcohol. So here it explicitly says 20 under. So it is going to use facial recognition software to decide whether or not I'm old enough to get this. Because usually it's obviously somebody who looks at your ID and then verifies, but in this case...
So what if you're black? And you're 20, but you look fucking 15.
There's nobody here. So let's get a Sapporo and let's check out these 4 items, and I want to see if it stops me. I'd be very happy if it does stop me because obviously that means they think I'm young, but let's see. So we have like a webcam. Wow, it picked up on literally everything I got. So it literally to a T got it. Please allow us to verify your age. Age 20 or more, yes.
Verifying your age. Please select your payment method.
Oh, I'm confirmed. Okay, they said I'm over the age of 20, so I'm good to check out with the beer. That is actually insane. Wow.
The AI starts flaming his shit. Oh yeah, you at least like 45. All right, bro. All right.
I've never seen a store like that uses facial recognition software through this like Logitech webcam. This is very similar to the webcam I have actually. Actually, to test this a little bit further, last second I want to go ahead and grab something and I want to see if it'll register that because maybe it's locked in right now. But let's say for instance, I wanted to grab this onigiri right here. If I take this, does it now pick up on it? Oh, I don't think so. But it did tell me payment failed, so if I cancel and go back, oh, it got it. It added it in. All right, I got my receipts, and the gate opens up, and I'm good to go. So officially verified. Wow, what a cool concept. So just like that, fully autonomous store, not a human in there. Every single step, including the age verification, was passed, and I have a bunch of sweet treats, including the beer here.
I just got back to the United States, and I'm still thinking about that autonomous store. So what I want to do is actually reach out to the owner and see if we can get one of these in the United States. I feel like that'd be cool. So I have the contact right here. I don't even know where to start with this. All right, let me go to Grammarly's new AI editor to see what I can come up with here. And if you're not aware, Grammarly's an AI writing partner that helps professionals. That, and bam, super fast and easy, almost there. And then there's leading professionals that directly on your phone. It's really useful when you're on the go and you want to enhance your writing for your emails, your work messages, and much more. So now let's hit up another store.
The next autonomous store we're visiting is something called Pepper Parlor. It's in Tokyo, and all the waiters and the janitor staff are apparently all robots. They bring you your food, they just kind of float around the entire place and you get to interact with them. So it's effectively a robot cafe. I've never been to one before, so let's see what this entails. I already see a robot right here. I'm gonna wait for them to interact with me though. And this place is filled with robots. I think at every table they have one designated for it. And then even the staff that picks up the plates is autonomous as well. Now this is a bit of a hybrid, so there are some humans here. I think like it's probably split 50-50 between like waiters and then robot waiters. And I don't know who does what, but we're about to find out. So they just placed this robot in front of us here, so this is where we're gonna order. So English.
Okay, they talk too. So they're asking which language we speak. English. Oh, it could do multiple things. Chat and dance. All right, let's start with a dance. There's a bunch of different songs that he'll dance to. So like, let's do Gangnam Style, YouTube classic. I think this is maybe a warning to be 1 meter away. Wow, the range of movement is really impressive on this. I think he does the entire song. I wonder if we could interrupt this so we get back to the menu. He's really moving. Oh my gosh, it's an unskippable cutscene. All right, so he just finished his song and dance, so I think the menu should go back so then we could chat and order our food now. All right, here we go.
Like that the whole time. It loops back. Gundam Style. It just keeps looping. Please. Please.
So let's chat with
Get
him.
another robot.
I think chat may be disabled. Maybe we have to order something first. So for the food here, they have like a 60 minutes all you can eat like option for all different kinds of food, which is kind of interesting, including like ramen, salads, steaks, different kinds of meats. And they also have pancakes. So I think the best bet here is maybe just like getting a pancake because it is a cafe, so I kind of want like a more breakfasty food. And I don't know how it's served exactly, like if a robot brings it out or if it's a human that brings it out, but we're gonna find out. Also interestingly, over there, there's like an ensemble of like 6, 7 robots that are maybe dancing or singing. So lots of activity here, but let's place our order. I wonder if he could see me, like if there's anything coming out of those eyes. So if I do this, is there anything? Oh, it kind of like woke him up. So perhaps there is some like motion sensor so he knows when I'm getting close to him. And his name is Pepper. He doesn't seem to talk though because the chat function doesn't work. So he's actually tracking Michael right now. So as Michael moves, so Michael's gonna move now, he moves a little bit. So as he moves further away, so now like move abruptly. Wow, so he has like a honing tracking device happening. Arigatou gozaimasu. Wow, so that was basically instant. In probably 2 minutes, the meal came out. Now, notably, it was a human who brought it out. So I have my iced tea and pancakes right here. Maybe even less than 2 minutes. So I don't know how quick that was. Maybe because you place the order with the robots, it gives people more time.
Nah, the robot's
than 2 minutes.
like,
So I don't know how quick that was. Maybe
I'll keep staring
because
at her
you
ass.
place the order with the robots, it gives people more time, the actual humans, to cook the food up. So very efficient. Like, have been in here a total of 5 minutes and you've seen everything. All right, these pancakes look quite good. So we're gonna see whether or not this cafe is just a gimmick because it's fully autonomous or halfly autonomous, or if the food's actually good. So these pancakes look quite fluffy. They are Japanese pancakes, so they have that added level of fluff to them. Let's go ahead and pour a little syrup on and go for a bite.
Damn, I
My
wanna
pancake
go to
reference is
Japan so
IHOP, so that's what I'm coming in at.
Nah, child, I want to go to
Not bad,
Japan.
not the
now.
best, but all things considered, fun, and how quickly I got it as well. Not riding home about these too
I'm going
much.
to
So all the
Japan,
robots
bro.
are
I'm
actually
going to
breaking
Japan,
out now in a song and dance, and they're all aligned. Also did decide to get some fries because this is technically a snack bar, and the fries look pretty fried, look good and crispy. So let's see if these are better than the pancakes. They are solid. Overall, I mean, the food is what it is, but I really like the vibe of this place. I like the song and dance breakout by all the robots, how it's synchronized. And I'm actually growing on this little guy next to me, even though he's like staring intently at me as I record and every time I move my head as well. Also not loving that he doesn't chat with me. He does have games though, if you are in Japanese, so I'm not gonna understand a single word on screen, but you are able to use him just like an iPad.
It says,
saying, yeah.
You will give us your credit card information once you click yes. He just clicks yes.
He has no concept of personal space though. He'll just like put his arms up. All right, this is honestly the worst game I've ever seen. I have no idea how to play it because it's fully in Japanese, so I'm not gonna
How's the
play it,
worst
but
game?
you're supposed to maybe answer one of these prompts. So we're all done eating now, so we're gonna say bye to our little friend, and notably it's a self-checkout counter, so everything from the ordering to the interacting with the
Oh my
robot to even paying at the
Japan's
end
so
is
lit
all
over there.
fully autonomous. All right, let me say bye to our friend here. Goodbye. Oh, I think he can see me. Thank you. Can you copy? Okay, I don't think he's that sophisticated, but he was great. Thank you, Pepper. This guy's working hard. Look at all those dishes he's
Yeah, I
got.
love
So this is the self-checkout station. Let's see what you're supposed to do here. Scan the payment slip. We're gonna scan this first, and then it tells you what your total is, credit card. Oh, that was easy. And just like that, you're
I gotta check. It's not like. Yo, you're pissing me off, bro. You're telling me fries? No, we gotta go back because this gotta be cap. This gotta be cap.
tells you what your total is. What's to do here? Scan the payment slip. We're gonna scan this first, and then it tells you what your total.
What did he get? He got pancakes and fries. That's it, right? Wait, I gotta check.
Out counter, so everything from the ordering to the
I can't see
interaction,
shit.
and notably it's a self-checkout counter.
All he got, damn. So,
So
Michael ain't
everything
getting
from the-
shit? Damn, what the hell? You're telling me pancakes
The
and fries
ordering
cost
to the
$11?
interacting with the
Oh,
robot
hell
to even
no,
paying
you
at the end
tripping.
is all fully
Bro, out
autonomous.
here,
All right, let me say bye to our
pancakes,
friend
$20.
here. Goodbye.
off the rip.
Oh, I think you can see me. Thank you. Can you copy? Cafe, fully autonomous, or like half autonomous, because honestly you interact with people just as much as the robots, but lots of fun. So let's move on to the next one. We're currently at Tokyo Banana, which is an unmanned store in the middle of the subway station, and this place uses AI recognition software to serve you a banana cake. So it even calls itself an automated gift shop, as you can see. But the procedure is as follows. So you enter the dotted line area, which I'm in right now, you take your goods, then you self-checkout, and then you exit. And like I said, it uses AI technology to basically track your face and to know basically what you're up to. The reason why this is interesting is because it's not a vending machine, which obviously are unmanned, but it's more like a store, and it's in the middle of a pretty low trust area, the subway station. But since it's in Tokyo, I guess there's really high trust, so you're able to get away with things like this. All right, so enter the dotted area. I'm here. I want to figure out what I'm going to get now. So let's go ahead and look around. Oh, this looks good. So this is their original Tokyo Banana, original flavor banana custard cream. So do I just go ahead and literally take it? Oh yeah, I think so. Okay. So I will go ahead, buy this.
Fucking American.
Okay, so it just said something to me. I don't know what it said. I think it maybe said, shut the door, please. So I just got it. I shut the door. I'm talking to, I think, an AI person, and now I'm going to go ahead.
He takes it and runs. The cameraman just following right behind him. Some random Japanese, like, you fucking American.
And check out.
Perfect
Oh, so
English.
I didn't, it registered that I took that. So just like a cashier scanning it, I didn't have to do anything, and it registered that I got this. And now it's talking to me currently in Japanese, so I can't really understand it, but I think it's telling me to check.
You just like slowly side shuffle away.
Check out now. So I just walked in, took this, it knew exactly what I took, and now it's asking me to check out. So I think the AI is scanning the product I took, and or it's registering when I take inventory off the shelf, which is quite smart. Again, I don't think you can do this in the United States, because I think people would abuse this, just take it and run. But here, you're able to. And then you can pay with all different methods. I'm gonna do credit card.
I am not being racist, chat. I just like saying that word.
Okay, then a receipt.
For your purchase, please don't forget to take your receipt.
All right, and just like that, through AI, I can step through the dotted line now, and I just went ahead and purchased Tokyo Banana. Let's give it a try, though. I want to see if it's good or not. They're each individually wrapped, which is very cute. So it's like a little banana cake. All right, here we go. How does my AI cake taste?
AI cake.
Wow, very good. It's got the banana cream inside and everything. Amazing, and you can get it yourself, and you don't even have to interact with an employee. Introvert's delight. I want to run this experiment again, but I also just realized that there's so many sensors up top. I think there's 10 total sensors. That's the AI that's working to kind of like figure out what's going on. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I want to test it a little bit. I want to see if I like take multiple, put one back. I want to see if it can register like a lot of dynamic movement. So to test this again, I picked up the Tokyo Banana Brulee, which is situated right here, and then I want to swap it with the one below. So I want to see if it basically can register the swap in real time. So here we go. Right here. All right, it registers this. Now let's see.
Who's live right now?
All right, so I quickly swapped, literally instantly. It knew exactly what I did. And it has nothing to do with where I place it, because look, I placed it like kind of off balance. So these sensors above are really good, I guess, at figuring out exactly what you're doing. I actually put it back, and now it says items unidentified, so now it knows I have nothing. So you really can't beat this system. It's truly flawless. The only thing is there's no recourse if you steal. So for instance, if you just run away with it, there's not a physical person to stop you. But in a high-trust society, you don't need it. It's a very cool AI-generated store, completely autonomous. Let's move on to the next one.
Perfect English is just gonna be listening like, yeah, they stealing. They gonna steal.
This next fully autonomous place we're at is called Root C Coffee. It's like an automated coffee maker, not like a vending machine. There's like an entire process it goes through, and obviously it's completely unmanned. There's nobody here. So let me show you what this is like, because I've never seen anything like this. Only in Japan. So you place your order.
Their version of a dollar sign, like their yen sign, is actually like lit. I don't know why. It just looks sweet. Like why do we have an S with a line or two lines in it? Like what does it even mean? They make sense because it's yen. Now the two lines, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, but it's lit. It's lit.
Though. Through a kiosk right here. Now I'm unable to read this because it's in Japanese, so I'm just gonna run with it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get something iced. So I'll get this iced Yirija coffee mocha. I'm assuming this means checkout, and then I pay for it. So then after paying, using Apple Pay, now here we go. Okay, so I retrieve it from 8.
Yo,
8
I would
seems to be, yeah, here we go. So here's my cubby. So right now it's just being made, like a robot barista is making this in the background, and then it's gonna deposit to me in 8. All right, and just like that, the coffee was deposited to me. Here it is. Nice coffee made by a robotic barista. And then they even have inside these cabinets milk and sugar, a hot lid, an ice lid, and then a muddler and straw if you need it, plus some hand sanitizer as well. So the entire process. Kiosk, wait for your coffee to be made, pick it up from one of those things, and then you could just put anything in it that you need. So all within like less than 5 minutes, didn't have to interact with a human, and relatively cheap. So I don't know if this is the future or what, but Starbucks, watch out. Yeah, I mean, I don't like coffee, but it tastes good. So Route C, unmanned automated system to get your coffee. Very cool. Let's move on to the next spot. This next autonomous store we're at is called Acute. It's like a grocery store slash shop in the middle of a subway station here in Tokyo. And they have a robot that apparently guides you around and helps you facilitate where you want to go. So let's go ahead and talk to him. I'm pretty sure his name is Rob. So let's see what he can do for us. It's really cool because he has like a couple of microphones, a couple of webcams, and then a speaker, and he has eyes too. And he could basically interact with you, move around, and use his hands to effectively treat you as if you're just a patron of the store and he's just here to give you the best experience. So I'm going to talk to him right now. He's already picking up on some of the stuff I'm saying. So let's go ahead and prompt him freshly and see if he can help us find like a sweet treat perhaps. Hello, sir. So let's go ahead and
understand what bro was saying.
Be the best experience. So I'm going to talk to him right now. He's already picking up on some of the stuff I'm saying. So let's go
But I need the context.
ahead and prompt him freshly and see if he can help us find like a sweet treat perhaps. Hello, sir. I think your name's Rob, even though it's in Japanese. But can you show me where a sweet is?
Yes, I see.
So he's thinking.
You can find delicious sweets at Acute Akihabara. Please refer to the floor map displayed on my screen for specific location.
All right, so a little bit lazy. I guess he's not willing to move. He might be like just programmed to stay here, but I saw that he's able to move around and like move his hands a bit. So let me kind of ask him a bit more. Can you lead me to the suites? Can you walk me around?
I'm unable to move around Dorothy physically, but I can help guide you using the map displayed on my screen.
What's everything you can do? Show off all your capabilities. All right, let's see.
I can assist with directions and information about Acute Akihabara, engage in conversations to
He breaks character. Damn, motherfucker, leave.
help develop new specialty items, and take photos with visitors.
Oh, all right, so he can do some pretty basic things. I don't know if he's willing to move around with us, but he did say he can take pictures, which is kind of cool. So let me go ahead and ask him if he wants to take a picture. Can you take a picture with me? In English, please. Can you take a photo with me? I think we broke him.
Yes, I can take a photo with you.
Okay, here we go. We're about to take a photo. You ready? He's not the best robot. He's very uncooperative, so it doesn't help too much. So that's basically it. That's his capabilities. As you can see, he's quite limited. He's not willing to walk around. Maybe people were playing with him too much. They just have him stationary. But nonetheless, Rob's a pretty cool guy. I'm glad that he's like able to show me a map on here. He's happy to take some photos. Overall, pretty chill dude. Not the most helpful though. This autonomous store still definitely needs humans, but it's a start. Let's move on. This next completely autonomous restaurant is actually a vending machine, and it's this one in Japan, and it is a ramen vending machine. So in 90 seconds, you get fresh ramen by using it. Unfortunately though, like we paid $15 to get down here in the subway section, and it's out of.
Yo, their ramen is probably so peak. When I was watching, hold on, chat. Nah, cause this is funny, but it's so true. When I was watching Naruto for the first time, I was like, damn, bro, I wonder how they ramen be tasting, bro, cause that nigga be beating it up. He be beating that ramen up. I want some, bro.
Border. Literally trekked here, taking a 45-minute subway ride, trying to access this ramen vending machine because it looked really cool. Here's some footage of what it would look like, but we can't even access it. And there's even another one, and this one is also
But they put pork in everything, bro. I don't even eat pork. So.
out of order. I've never been so disappointed in my life. So the ramen stand, I mean, you'll just have to take our word for it. It is a completely autonomous restaurant, AI generated, no employees, and it cooks you ramen, but not me, I guess. It even has this little seating area. So, I mean, this is what it looks like. You touch the panel to order, electronic payment only, receive your ramen, and then you get one of these 3 for these prices, and then you take it and you sit right here. All right, let's move on to the next spot. All right, we're here in the Tokyo subway station, and I found an orange juice vending machine that has fresh oranges here, and I think it makes you orange juice. And then right next to it is an apple juice one that we'll do after, but I want to do this one first. So
are you cooked? Okay, so like I know like in Japan, sorry chat. I know for like in Japan, like in America, the most like common translated, it's like it's gonna be English and then it's like Spanish, right? But then in Japan, it's like Japanese and then English. So what if you're like freaking, what if you're Chinese, bro? You speak, well, they speak Mandarin, right? They speak Mandarin. Are you cooked? Are you cooked? If you speak in Spanish, are you cooked? If you're speaking French, are you cooked?
for 600 yen, which is about $4, you get a freshly squeezed orange juice in the subway station. Okay, so I have to pay first. which makes sense. All right, accepted payment. Now we wait. Let's see what this looks like. Wow, so it's literally just freshly squeezing a bunch of oranges as it rotates through. So I think it's squeezed about 5 or 6 oranges at this point, and then I guess it's gathering enough juice to then ultimately squeeze down here. Oh, speaking of which, oh, it was actually squeezing that whole time. So does that mean I take it? Am I good to proceed? Thank you very much. And just like that, I have orange juice out of the vending machine, and somehow it even vacuum sealed this little plastic thing on top. So let's step to the side, give this a try here. I'm in shock. I did not think I'd see the day when a vending machine with fresh oranges would make me orange juice. Oh, and it tastes exactly like an orange, as you'd expect. A fresh orange juice squeeze in the subway. Usually that's nasty. There's rats running around. Not in Tokyo. That was cool. So right next to it, we have the apple juice, and I don't know how you juice an apple. An orange makes sense. You just squeeze it and the juice comes out. An apple's like a bit more cumbersome, like for the juicer. Like, how do you really operate and squeeze an apple? We're about to find out. So let's go ahead and pay for this first.
you're not.
Prepay it. And now we wait. And I'm gonna compare it to my orange juice, which I just got, which is very fresh. Okay, so the cup just officially dropped.
Niggas say orange juice is better than apple juice. You're smoking crack.
And now let the juicing begin. So I think what happens is they first peel the apple, and then they just go ahead and squish it, and then the juice comes out. I'm no scientist, but I believe that's how they did it. And I think our drink is just about done. They're just putting that vacuum seal on top of it, and it looks like it is ready for me. Okay, so once again, freshly sealed. This is what apple juice looks like when it's freshly squeezed. It actually has, maybe because of some of the like acidity in it, or whatever it is that kills you if you had too many apple seeds. I think that's what makes it a little bubbly up top, a little bit like a little potion here. Wow, I think apple better than orange, but I just like apples more than oranges anyways. Very cool machines. These would not survive in the United States. Only in Japan. Very cool 2 vending machines that we just found though. All right guys, let me know what your favorite autonomous store was, but with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching.
Japan, bro. I know Japan is big as hell. But no, it isn't. Nigga, why won't it just show me map? Japan's still pretty big, bro. Like, I don't care what they say. Like, okay. U.S. map, right? U.S. map. Oh, fuck. I'm not meaning U.S. map, world map. I'm fucking retarded. Average American, am I right? Damn, bro. I don't even fucking know what I'm doing, bro. Bro. Dude, okay. Where's Japan? I fucking don't know. I'm guessing. No, that's not part of it. No. It's right here. No, I'm sorry. World map with continents. Oh my god. Okay, so this is Japan, bro. Like, you see how small that shit is? But like, real talk, Japan is so small. It's kind of like it's like way smaller than California. So like, honestly, I think it'd be lit. I think it'd be litty over there. Be litty than a bitty over there. Oh, Spider-Man 4 and The Amazing Spider-Man 3 is actually happening? I don't know. We'll see.
Sam Raimi's canceled Spider-Man 4 might actually get made, and if it does, we're gonna lose our freaking minds. Look, let me break this all down for you guys. Ever since this movie came out, everyone has been begging for either an Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man 3, because last time we seen the guy, we seen him lose his babe, and his franchise got canceled. I mean, this guy got the shaft. Can we give him one movie where something good happens to him, for Christ's sake?
I lost Gwen. Please. She was my MJ.
Or a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4 that focuses on an old Peter Parker who's a dad and he's struggling, kind of how like Wolverine was in Logan. And even though the whole world has been begging for these movies and they would probably make billions of dollars, Sony said, you know what, I got a better idea. Let's make a Spider-Man universe without any Spider-Man in it at all, and let's make super horrible... Let's make a Spider-Man universe without any Spider-Man in it at all.
Yo, like, who the fuck thought of this, bro? Real talk. Who? Why are we getting Venom standalone movies? Now the movies are lit, but what the hell, bro? The whole reason why Venom exists is because of Spider-Man, bro. Whole reason why Eddie even gets Venom most of the time in the comics is because of Spider-Man. I think. I don't know. I don't even read the comics. I can't even talk. How would you like if I was like this the whole time? How would you like it if I was like this the whole time? Honestly, it's not as bad as I thought. It's not as bad. Low as hell, though. I'm low, bro. Low. Anyway, Morbius. Get the fuck out of here. Madam Web. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna pee.
And let's make super horrible garbage movies about all of his villains. That's what you guys want, right? Here you go. Obviously, that didn't work out for them, and the whole Sony Spider universe got canceled. But still, Sony hasn't confirmed or said anything about them making a movie with Tobey or Andrew anytime soon. But guys, I think there's hope. Because my boy Mattson Tomlin, the co-writer of The Batman and The Batman 2, has said publicly that he's been trying to reach out to Sam Raimi about a Spider-Man 4 script that he's been working on. And he's already talked about this a couple of times this year. Not only that, but a couple of days later after this news broke out, my boy Soups got an interview with Kirsten Dunst and Channing Tatum, and he asked her this.
I don't know if you saw, but fans have been going crazy because writer-producer Mattson Tomlin, who is responsible for the Batman films and Game of Thrones, he recently came out and said that a dream film for him would be a Spider-Man 4 where Peter and MJ have a kid.
Yeah, that would be cool, right? I mean, I don't know if the fans are into it. I feel like that is an interesting movie, right?
Believe me, Kirsten, we are so into it. And a few years ago, in an interview for Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange movie, this is what he said when he was asked about returning to make another Spider-Man movie.
He recently expressed interest in returning to that particular franchise, Spider-Man 4. You said you'd be up for it.
I didn't think it was possible, but after jumping back in with the multiverse, I realized that anything is possible now. So I'm completely open to it.
But how?
They completely ruined that shit after Endgame, bro. Endgame is a great movie, but real talk, Infinity War fucked up the whole superhero movie scene. Real talk. Maturing is realizing, chat, that Infinity War is the reason why Marvel movies suck now. Because of that whole goddamn multiverse thing, it was peak. It was absolute cinema. Yes, was it absolute cinema? 100%. But after Endgame, nothing has been the same because all this goddamn universal bullshit, it is the reason why that shit is trash now. Oh, I can't even stand my thing. How? Like, the fuck did I knock it out of place? That's all you see. But yeah, no, bro. Like, real talk.
How did we even get to this point where we had 2 canceled Spider-Man franchises to us now might having 3 separate Spider-Men in their own movies?
Alright, chat. I know I said it complicates things when you have multiple universes, but I'm so sorry. I'm a sucker for Spider-Man. I would love to see Andrew Garfield back in the suit. Oh my god, I would just explode everywhere.
Stan Lee sells the right to make a movie about Spider-Man to the studios, and they tried making this movie for years. With hundreds of people almost getting the part, like a James Cameron-made Leonardo DiCaprio Spider-Man movie. Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Scooby-Doo movies was almost Spider-Man. The late, great Heath Ledger, who plays the Joker in The Dark Knight, was supposed to be Spider-Man. And even Jake Gyllenhaal, who showed up in a Spider-Man movie as Mysterio, was at one point supposed to be Spider-Man. But somehow, thank the Lord, we got Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. And I think it has something to do with this sick test footage he made for the movie.
See you, chump.
So in 2002, with Sam Raimi directing, Tobey as Spider-Man, and Danny Elfman on the soundtrack, we got Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And honestly, the boys cooked up one of the best superhero trilogies of all time. I mean, Spider-Man 2 is still considered to be one of, if not the best superhero movie ever made. But then, something happened.
Alright, Spider-Man 2 is definitely not the best superhero movie. Best Spider-Man movie? Maybe. I really do like that movie, but I wouldn't give it the best Spider-Man movie. It's top. Well, I don't know. Actually, yeah. There's not a better one, so Spider-Man 2 would be up there. Yeah. Yeah, it's the best Spider-Man movie. But people are shitting on Spider-Man 3. It was not that bad, bro. I mean, it was pretty
Made
bad. but it
Spider-Man
wasn't that
3, and
bad,
even
in
though
my
it made
opinion.
money in the box office, critically, it was kind of a flop. A lot of fans at the time were not happy with this movie, and honestly, Sam Raimi wasn't happy about this movie at all himself. He was
Yeah, no,
devastated
he was
about it,
just
and he blamed
pissed
all
me
the
off.
film's failures on the studio. And deep down, he knew if he had the chance to make the movie that he wanted to make, it would have been great. And honestly, I think he's right, because when I look back at Spider-Man 3, the problem with that movie is that there's just too much going on. If that movie just focused on James Franco, get rid of Venom, get rid of Sandman, get rid of all of those other villains, just focus on James Franco's Goblin, it probably would have been a masterpiece. Because if you think about it, those 3 movies all led to that encounter. Peter versus Harry. It's what it's all been cooking up.
Yeah, that's what it just genuinely pissed me off because, okay, Spider-Man 3, like I said, Spider-Man 3 isn't as bad as motherfuckers try to claim it to be. It's bad. Okay, I will give it to y'all. But it's not as 100% bad as it's not like fucking booty hole. It's just like, it's not just genuinely bad. It's pretty bad, but it's not like asshole. Okay, it's not that bad. So, but the fact that you got the first one, bro killed his dad. Bro killed Green Goblin, Norman. Then in the second one, Harry wanted revenge and tries to take out Spider-Man and ends up finding out that Peter is Spider-Man. And in the third one, you got fucking Green Goblin and Sandman with Harry. Why? What was the point of that?
Been leading up
the
to. But the
fourth one-
studios insisted
No,
on
the
multiple
fourth
villains
one
being in the
should have
movie,
been
like
revenge.
Venom and Sandman. Honestly, the movie is just overstuffed and it never has a chance to breathe. And just the way they made Toby get the black suit and be a bad guy was just freaking horrible. It sucked. It was laughable how bad it was.
Leave me alone.
Give me rent. You'll get your rent when you
Did it
fix
even, like in the comics, it even changed his personality?
this damn door.
So when Sam Raimi got a chance to make another Spider-Man movie, he wanted it to be great. And that's exactly what he set out to do. Make the best Spider-Man movie he's ever made.
Prepare you to jump back into the giant machinery of doing a 4th movie?
Yeah, it's great. There are certain dynamics and relationships that have continuity. You know, Sam, I love collaborating with him. How do we press this? How do we make it more exciting, more fun? How do we evolve the character and make it a rich story? I have fun with those movies. I really do, you know?
But then guess what happened? Sony and the studio start interfering with his project again. And at this point, Sam Raimi was just fed up. So he backed out of the project. And instead of finding a new director, they just completely canceled and scrapped Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. But over the years, a bunch of mock-ups and animations and draft scripts came out for what this movie could have been, and it's just freaking heartbreaking. I mean, just this freaking animatic of Spider-Man and Vulture having a battle in New York looked unbelievable. And it would have featured John Malkovich as the Vulture, Anne Hathaway as Black Cat, and reportedly the movie would have been about Peter Parker and Mary Jane's relationship failing, leading to their breakup, and how he pursues a relationship with Felicia Hardy. With the film rumored to end with Peter losing his powers on a dark and regretful note. And if you really look into this and read about what this movie could have been, it's an absolute tragedy that we didn't get it. A few years later, they rebooted Spider-Man and we got Mark Webb's The Amazing Spider-Man. And I remember at the time these movies came out, everyone was pissed off about it because Andrew Garfield was like too slick and he made Peter Parker like sharp and cool and handsome. And everyone's main complaint was that he wasn't dorky enough, he wasn't nerdy enough, he was
Nah, but
like
the second
too
one, he
cool
was
of a guy. And you know what?
crazy
Sure,
dorky.
maybe he wasn't the best Peter Parker, but when this man was in costume as Spider-Man, he really was Spider-Man. Like he was so comic accurate with his quips and the way he talked and the way he acted in the suit was just incredible.
To go off to war? I know how to help you. What are you doing? I know the grid specs. I can reset the
So sure, a lot of us were just probably butthurt that Toby wasn't Spider-Man anymore, but looking back on these movies, I can honestly say Andrew Garfield was an amazing Spider-Man.
And like without CGI, bro, Toby looks so goddamn stiff in the suit, bro. I don't know if that's just me, but when you look at clips when bro is just sitting there talking, he's like, "Yeah, don't run in the street, kids. And that stiff ass like
Spider-Man.
superhero jump.
He said it! He said it! And before it got canceled, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 would have featured Richard Parker, Peter Parker's dad, who turns out it was not dead and just disappeared for a while. So the movie would have focused on him explaining that. It also would have formed the Sinister Six and likely incorporate elements of the Clone Saga, with a potential Gwen Stacy clone bringing her back from the dead. Another idea they had was the return of Norman Osborn, but just as a floating head, and they wanted to introduce Miles Morales for the first time ever. But then again, something happened. I don't know who Andrew Garfield pissed off at Sony or what happened there, but somehow or another, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man franchise got—
Yeah, no, and then, like, okay, let's look at the box office. My bad. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 box office and budget. Okay, budget around and earn. Nigga, they fucked the box office sideways, bro. Like that, they did really good, and then it just said, you know what? We're gonna cancel it. Like, who did that, bro? Real talk.
Got canceled, and they decided to reboot it again, but this time Marvel Studios was finally in control of Spider-Man, and when they revealed him in this trailer, everyone went freaking nuts.
Hey everyone.
Because at this time, Tom Holland was really young, and we were finally getting an age-accurate
Hey,
Peter
everyone.
Parker. We even got this sick, unseen raised webbing suit that they didn't use and replaced entirely with CGI, which I can't stand that they did, but I know that's how Marvel Studios operates. They use a lot of CGI, so whatever. And after Civil War, a few years later, that's how Marvel Studios operates. They use a lot of CGI, so whatever. And after Civil War, a few years later, we got Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie with Spider-Man Homecoming. And look, I absolutely love the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Don't get me wrong, but they're not great Spider-Man movies. They're great MCU movies. Because honestly, Spider-Man Homecoming—
Hell yes, bro. Actually, I respect that opinion. That's actually a bar. Yes, they're great MCU movies, but Spider-Man, it just doesn't feel like Spider-Man.
Is just Iron Man side quest. Spider-Man Far From Home, he's not even in New York. The guy's just hanging out in Europe with his friends for the whole movie. And Spider-Man No Way Home had so many other major stars, cameos, and supporting roles that it wasn't even his movie anymore. But at least at the very end of Spider-Man No Way Home, they finally
but No Way Home is gonna be peak, bro.
A grounded, normal Peter Parker story. And I know they're absolutely cooking right now with
I'm
Spider-Man.
still butthurt. I don't care what anybody says.
Every Spider-Man fan you can imagine has been begging for Sony to make one movie. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 4, or Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man 3. So if somehow anyone from Sony is watching this video, there's a reason why. Jesus sent you here. The Lord sent you here. You need to make one of these movies. We're literally begging you for it, and it's an easy couple of $1 billion. And look, Sony, if you're worried about having multiple Spider-Man in the box office at the same time will hurt you somehow revenue-wise, just know that James Gunn is about to have 2 separate Batmans in his DCU, and you already made a bunch of Spider-Man multiversal movies, so we get it. We understand there's different dimensions, but you don't gotta combine them together. Just use that to your advantage. Tell stories in separate universes, and we will show up for them. I promise you. But if you're not Sony, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, I just want to thank my sponsor, Nobody. I don't got a sponsor. This is a brand new channel, but I'm giving away a PS5 or the game console of your choice. All
W video. I don't want the console, bud, so thank you, but W video. No wonder they needed so many takes. Okay, let's go.
This movie starts at 100 miles an hour, right in the middle of a conversation.
Just saying I need to do something substantial in order to get the attention of the clubs.
Why?
Because they're exclusive.
Forces the audience to sit forward. There's no time to relax and find your popcorn.
David Fincher shot that scene 99 times.
Yeah, we did 99 takes over 2 nights of a very simple scene.
We shot 99 takes of 4 setups or 5 setups in that. So they average about 25 takes a setup.
But he did many takes. It's not because the first 98 takes were no good, but through that kind of repetition, he allowed the actors to really own the language.
And also, I like the fact that you're never loud. I just feel like the last thing, if you're an asshole, it should be almost the quietest thing that you're saying it. So it's like, I'm gonna leave you a little secret about yourself, but you should remember next time you look at yourself in the mirror, and that is,
It'll be because you're an asshole.
I needed to set a pace. Because in that scene, you're going to see them talking over each other. So you're going to see one of them interrupt the other because they're, it's not an over. You know, it's 9 pages in 4.5 minutes. So it's like, you know, and they were like at 7 minutes, they're like, woo! I was like, not even close.
There was going to be no improvisation on this. You can't do that with this kind of script. It's just a little too dense and language oriented. There's got to be a precision of language while casualizing the language.
You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount. $1 billion.
He stole our website. I like sitting next to you, Sean.
I love writing more than anything else, and you know, getting to do what you love is a tremendous gift. Getting recognized for
The Social Network was a fire movie.
something you've done, and that's the cherry on the icing on the cake.
Listen, when I signed up for this, I didn't know anything about Facebook. I wasn't on Facebook. I'd barely heard of Facebook. I'd heard of Facebook the way I've heard of a carburetor, but I can't pop the hood of my car and point to it and tell you what it does. What attracted me were that the themes in this story were as old as storytelling itself, of friendship and
Did Mark Zuckerberg actually take? How do you spell his name? Zuckerberg, bro. That's... I need to rewatch The Social Network because I genuinely watched that movie and I did not know what the fuck was going on.
betrayal, loyalty, class, power, jealousy.
I was like,
And these are the things that Aeschylus would have
acting
written
is
about.
great. I just don't know
Shakespeare
what
would
the
have
fuck
written
they're
about. Patty Chayefsky would have written about. It was just lucky for me that none of those guys were available, so I got to write about it.
You also, in the process of going through and creating the characters, you didn't really have contact with Mark Zuckerberg, the lead character here.
No, we aggressively tried to get Mark's cooperation because I knew that I would be speaking to people who would have an axe to grind with Mark, so we wanted Mark to participate too. In the end, he did exactly what I would have done, and he declined to participate. But the research really fell into 3 categories. There's available research out there, stuff that you can get on the internet, like Mark's blogs, which become dramatized in the movie. Cartons and cartons of legal documents, and then, as I said, the first-person research, talking to the people who were there, some of them who were portrayed in the movie, and most of whom spoke to me on the condition of anonymity. When I was done with all that research, what I had was the
Genuinely, like, I don't know if there's a single motherfucker that looked like Mark Zuckerberg. Like, that motherfucker look hard to draw, and that's not like... No, actually, that motherfucker look easy to draw. But what I'm saying is he looked hard to draw, and that's not even like a compliment. That's just like, what the fuck, bro? You just look weird, bro.
There were 2 lawsuits brought against Facebook at roughly the same time.
I'm currently in the middle of 2 different lawsuits.
The defendant, the plaintiffs, the witnesses, they all came into the deposition rooms. They all swore out an oath, and we ended up with 3 very different and often conflicting versions of the story.
But nothing was invented by me in order to spice up the movie. I was telling the story of this lawsuit. Lawsuits, by their nature, are going to have conflicting facts.
When you're writing an anti-hero, you can't judge that character. You have to have affection for the character. You have to have respect for the character. You have to be able to defend the character. So in order to do that, you find things about the character that are like yourself.
As a screenwriter, as a playwright, as a television writer, I don't write things that are meant to be read. I write things that are meant to be performed. So just having written the script doesn't get me across the goal line. Beginning work with Dave and then having the actors come in is when the whole thing becomes alive.
Drop the. Just Facebook. It's cool now.
Is it surprising that the 2 of you are working together on this?
No way, motherfucker.
You know, at first glance, it's an
Ain't no way a motherfucker was gonna name it the Facebook.
little too dense and language oriented. There's got to be
Hold
a
on.
precision of language while casualizing the language.
You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount.
$1 billion.
He stole our website.
I like sitting next to you, Sean.
I love writing more than anything else, and getting it's the cherry on the icing on the cake.
Listen, when I signed up for this, I didn't know anything about Facebook.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that.
I'd
The
barely heard of
Facebook.
Facebook. I'd heard of Facebook the way I've heard of a carburetor, but I can't pop the hood of my car and point to it and tell you what it does. What attracted me were that the themes in this story were as old as story.
Okay. I'm Gucci. As my girl would say, I'm Gucci in the coochie. Ain't no way motherfuckers gonna name it The Facebook, though. Like, you gotta be a goofball. Huh. The Facebook. But again.
Unusual marriage of director and material. David is most known for being peerless as a visual director. It was messengered over to David, and about 2.5 hours later, I got an email saying, Aaron, it's David Fincher. I'm going to direct The Social Network. Can I come over? And it was the beginning of one of the best creative relationships I've ever had. First of all, David completely embraced the fact that this was going to be a story told with language, but he brought his distinct visual style and artistry to the movie, as well as being able to get great performances out of a group of very talented but very young actors. And then finally, in the editing room, his cutting style. There are moments in the movie of hacking, and David makes them look like a bank robbery.
Before you started shooting, you and David Fincher spent 3 weeks in a room with your principal actors, with Andrew Garfield, who played the part of Eduardo Saverin, with Jesse Eisenberg, with Justin Timberlake.
And that rehearsal was sitting around a table, reading through the scenes, talking about the scenes.
The Winklevoss twins are saying you stole their idea.
Practically my idea.
They find it property theft. Why didn't you show this?
It was addressed to me.
They're saying we stole the Facebook from Divya and Narendra.
I know what it says.
Did we?
The one thing that I think is really, really important is that his ego does not allow him to sublimate himself to anyone. That's Mark Zuckerberg's hubris. That's why Sean can never sell. The thing is, you need to get rid of where you need to get me. Because the second he does that, Mark Zuckerberg's gonna go.
I kind of didn't recognize
We're
it.
down.
I don't know why.
I agree with everything that you're
Don't
saying.
ask me why.
But our CEO
I did
bitch
not.
is the church that they both go
The
to.
seed is planted, terror grows.
Well said.
You're with a director who likes to do that many takes, and he's very much a perfectionist. So if he doesn't think it's right, he's going to keep going until he gets what he wants, which is,
let's go.
as an actor, the most comforting thing you can hear.
How about now? You still wired in?
I was under the impression that Fincher would probably go. He wouldn't need to do so many takes because he would want that raw emotion in the first few, and then he'd probably move on. But he didn't. It was the same as ever. I think we did about 35 takes of my coverage of that.
You better lawyer up, asshole, because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
It's iconic writing, and the score is.
I'm coming back for every. No.
That score. And David is a master. Fincher is a master.
It's take
he
100.
created a space
All right, it's the last
for
take.
us to really,
I'm coming back
do
for
all that.
Was it hard to visualize?
I don't think in those terms. I think of my job as to create an environment wherein somebody can work those things out. I don't think of it as so much about camera placement until after you've done a rehearsal and you've decided what people are going to do, and then you go, well, where's the moment here, and where do we have to be, and are we over the shoulder? Are we including a piece of the person, or are we just in seeing what they see? How subjective is it?
I think Aaron has joked about, how exciting can a bunch of people sitting around talking into computer screens be? But when you add to that Fincher's acceleration of the film, the fact that it moves like an F1 race, that it's kind of like...
Take 99. Sir, we've already went through 99 goddamn fake fucking MacBooks. Can we please stop destroying them? We're running out.
Like watching a very, very enjoyable car crash happen before your very eyes, because I think it's a brutal film about ambition.
It's not a movie about a website.
But it's really not about Facebook at all.
Okay. What is it about?
If Christian Bale wasn't acting...
W movie? Why the fuck does it do that? Okay.
Do you
That's
like
not a good
fish
game.
sticks? It's an innocuous enough question. Maybe something you ask in small talk to avoid that dreaded awkward silence. Maybe something you offer to a friend as a snack. But what if I told you that this very question, 4 simple words, caused the downfall of one of the greatest artists of all time?
Might be cooked, shot. I'm gonna keep watching though.
Our story starts nearly 30 years ago, 1996, and about 1,000 miles away from each other. Here in Chicago's South Side, a young producer starts from humble beginnings, producing for an album conveniently titled Down to Earth. He'd drop out of college and continue to work on his craft and grind to make a name for himself, producing for Foxy Brown's second album, China Doll, which hit #1 on the Billboard 200 in 1999. This put a then 21-year-old Kanye West on the radar of many labels. But the breakthrough to the mainstream wouldn't be as easy as he hoped. Over in Colorado, 2 men who met at the University of Colorado a few years back have produced one of the internet's first true viral videos. What was originally a video holiday card for Fox executive Brian Graydon, who showed it to his friends, who in turn copied it from VHS to VHS. This ended up being one of the most pirated pieces of media in the early internet days. So, Trey Parker and Matt Stone began pitching a new sitcom around Hollywood, specifically with MTV and Fox Studios. But issues would soon arise over their show, with crude humor, the slights on pop culture icons and their depictions, and these 8-year-old kids saying everything under the sun, and apparently a piece of talking poo. That was the deal breaker between South Park and Fox. I'm not kidding. With how strict TV censorship was at the time,
What's his name?
there's
I
no way
forgot
the
his
same
name,
jokes would
bro.
fly.
Kyle, he
Thus,
always
the
seen him
suits
at
didn't think it could be funny. The issue was clear. South Park wasn't marketable. It was clear Kanye West was a gifted producer, working with huge names in the industry, with his best work coming on Jay-Z's 2001 album, The Blueprint, which breathed some new life into a stagnating career post-turn of the millennium. But the blueprint that he didn't fit was that of rappers of the late 90s and early 2000s. This was the era of the gangstas. Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, Cameron, 50 Cent, Nas, Mobb Deep,
Fuck outta
and
here.
personal
Jay-Z's
favorite
no
Gangstar.
goddamn gangster.
There was an identity to these guys. Baggy jeans, jerseys, chains, it was flashy and in your face. Kanye wore a pink shirt with the collar sticking up and Gucci loafers, said Damon Dash, CEO of Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records. Even Jay-Z himself recognized that Kanye and he were not from the same place or cut from the same cloth. And this tore Kanye up. It was a strike against me that I didn't wear baggy jeans or jerseys, and that I never hustled, never sold drugs. But for me to have the opportunity to stand in front of a bunch of executives and present myself, I had to hustle in my own way. I can't tell you how frustrating it was that they didn't get that. No joke, I'd leave meetings crying all the time. The issue was clear. Kanye West wasn't marketable. There was one studio that was willing to risk airing South Park on their channel, Comedy Central, a sister company of MTV's. Doug Herzog, CEO of Comedy Central at the time, thought their short was one of the funniest things he'd ever seen. South Park's brash nature was so bombastic and different from anything else around the time, so why not give it a shot? At worst, it joins the graveyard of Comedy Central's other cancelled shows, and at best, it runs for a few seasons before people start to lose interest. Comedy Central ordered 6 episodes, with the first episode airing on August 13th, 1997. Now, this episode, titled Cartman Gets an Anal Probe, did not hit it off with test audiences, but it was still run anyways. And it was a successful premiere, all things considered, receiving a Nielsen rating of 1.3, which is just about 1 million viewers. A pretty good number for the time. But that's fairly normal with new series. People willing to give it a chance before forgetting to watch it next week. And that, oh, I'll catch it next week, turns into, hey, whatever happened to that show? By episode 3, South Park kept pace with the premiere. By episode 6, it creeped up to a 1.7. With internet activity being sparse and no social media to share the show with, South Park was living solely by word of mouth.
Shit's so funny.
Seeing this success, Comedy Central ordered 7 more episodes to be produced, the first 3 of which being holiday specials, which saw double the viewership following a 6-week break. Episode 7 saw a Nielsen rating of 4.8, and then 5.2, and then 6.4, back to back to back. Each week, millions of people were tuning into America's Hottest Show.
I think it goes Rick and Morty, South Park, King of the Hill. This is all the mainstream ones, so like I'm not including the fucking aquatic, whatever the fuck, team, whatever it's called, the cup and the fry. What's that one? I know what I'm talking about. Not Aqua Team, Hunger Force. I'm not including them. These motherfuckers are Robot Chicken. I mean, okay. Rick and Morty, South Park, King of the Hill, American Dad, Robot Chicken, Family Guy. Fucking hate Family Guy. Because that shit is not funny anymore.
The finale of the 7 additional episodes Comedy Central ordered received a Nielsen rating of 8.0.
Really nice.
Over 6 million viewers sat down for half an hour on a Wednesday night to find out who Cartman's father was. This was completely different for Comedy Central, who, as a whole, averaged a 0.6 rating. The all-time high was a 2.7. South Park tripled that. Damn. South Park was changing how people viewed Comedy Central, how people viewed television. Back in New York, it took 3 years of petitioning to anyone who would listen, but Kanye West finally signed a deal as a recording artist at Rockefeller Records in August of 2002. But just 2 months later, his life would change in a flash.
Oh shit. Through the wire, through the
After another late night in the studio, Kanye fell asleep behind the wheel and crashed his rental car. He woke up in the hospital with his jaw wired shut. For a rapper, this is a huge setback in their career. For an aspiring rapper with no real discography and no real proof of work, this might as well have been a death sentence. It's a 1 in a million chance he'd ever get a shot. But for Kanye, the Swahili word for only one, it was the key to his future. A mere 2 weeks later, he got in the booth, jaw wired shut and all, and recorded a song for his mixtape, Get Well Soon, one he titled Through the Wire. The initial success was enough to convince Rockefeller Records to give him an album, and Through the Wire became the first single on The College Dropout. The video to accompany the single is quite simple, a collage of Polaroids from the crash and his recovery process. This came directly from Kanye's mind, and was made basically overnight. Co-director Cootie Simmons said that if we would have wrote a treatment for the video, they would have shot that down. They had to see it to understand. Otherwise they would have said, no, Kanye should be rapping at a party with lots of girls poolside. Like basically every other rap video from the time. While continuing to recover from the accident, he wrote the rest of the album, which unfortunately ended up being leaked months ahead of time. But for someone who quite literally—
Kanye shit is always getting leaked. Pause. His music is always getting leaked, bro. Like, real talk. Like, Bulletproof just got leaked with Trippie Redd. Like, didn't half a fucking Bully already got— or he released it pretty much, technically. But yeah, literally full album, not full album, but like full finished songs of Good Ass Job was leaked. Mama's Boyfriend, what was the other one? See Me Again or something like that.
Really almost just died.
I don't know.
That's another opportunity. He postponed the release to remix and remaster it, adding verses, improving the beats, and adding choirs. Adding things foreign to the rap game. His lyrics on sexuality, religion, consumerism, prejudice, and personal game. His lyrics on sexuality.
Cool Whip. Oh yeah. I'ma bring the Cool Whip. Then I want you to strip. See you is my new chick. So we get our grind on. She be grabbing, calling me Biggie like Shine on. Man, I swear she fine. Why she always lying though? Telling me them diamonds when she learn they rhyme. So she got a light-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. I play ready for the work. She was ready for some action. My dog said you ain't no freak, so I'm about to prove a man wrong. Are you about to prove my man wrong? I'ma play this Vandross. You gon' take the pants off. I'ma play this Gladys Knight. We gon' take you right, Marvin Gaye. Some Luther Vandross, a little Anita. We'll definitely set this party off right. It's gonna be.
Well. Religion, consumerism, prejudice, and personal struggles transcended anything else in hip-hop. One of Kanye's biggest themes was make your own decisions. Don't let society tell you this is what you have to do. Through the Wire never hit #1 on the Billboard. Because his second single did that. The album itself hit number 2 on the charts, right behind Norah Jones's Feels Like Home. All roads lead to Jones. He was nominated for 10 Grammys that year. He won Best Rap Song, and also Best Rap Album. And the album went platinum, 4 times over. The College Dropout was a huge success, and so too was the aesthetic that every record label shot down before. Kanye West was changing how people viewed rap, how people viewed art. After an incredibly successful first season, Trey Parker and Matt Stone signed a deal with Comedy Central for 2 more seasons. But more importantly, a feature-length film with Paramount. After episodes with topics ranging from sexuality, religion, consumerism, prejudice, and personal struggles, it was finally time to take South Park to the big screen. But turning a normal episode into a full film wouldn't suffice for Parker and Stone. They wanted to make something that they could be proud of. They knew it had to be bigger, longer, and uncut? This title came about after the MPAA denied their initial title of South Park All Hell Breaks Loose. So, Parker and Stone, being the ingenious jokesters they are, snuck in an innuendo of uncircumcised dicks instead. Even Parker...
Yeah, just... Bigger, longer, and uncut.
...himself would note that they just didn't get it. This period was the busiest in South Park's young lifespan, as not only did they have to create 2 more seasons of episodes, but also balance making the film. This stretched their team extremely thin, which led to the show declining in quality come the second season. Both Parker and Stone have gone on record to say seasons 2 and 3 are embarrassing to go back and watch for them.
No.
And while I actually enjoy the first 3 seasons very much, I definitely relate to how hard they are on themselves. Due to the workload from both projects simultaneously in production, Parker and Stone don't even remember doing some of these episodes, attributing delusionary writing to the exhaustion they faced. And, looking back at some of these season 3 plots, yeah, I can see that.
Oh, shit.
This decline in quality did cause the show to lose a bit of interest in the fast-moving world of media.
Wait, but wasn't season 3 with fucking, Butters' dad? Oh my god, bro.
Combine that with Paramount's growing frustration with the pair, due to them giving equal time to the show and movie, Parker and Stone felt as if their time in the spotlight was running out. Let's just make this movie super fucked up, because we'll probably never make another movie again.
Or Mr. Garrison, why didn't you rape me, Dad? What? I never raped you. Yes. Why?
Attitude we always need to have.
Oh my god, that episode.
We can walk away from this at any moment. Let's just do it our way. And so they did. It was known early on that Parker and Stone had a love for Broadway, so naturally, they made this a musical. Despite plenty of nudging from the studio to dial it back to a PG-13 rating, the MPAA gave first editions of the film an NC-17 rating. If the film had 400 or more swear words in it, there was no way it could receive the R rating they needed. The final cut of the movie came in just under that magic 400 swears mark. By only 1. 2 weeks until release, they kept changing things on the film. Adding plot points, improving beats, and adding choirs. Adding things foreign to Western animation. This was a big gamble for the pair. A big gamble for the studio, and a big gamble for the future of South Park. The film cost about $20 million to make, and it made the budget back. 4 times over.
Oh, yeah.
It was critically acclaimed. It won plenty of awards, even being nominated for an Oscar. If it wasn't clear already, these guys weren't traditional Hollywood sweethearts.
Oscar is crazy.
They weren't from the same place or cut from the same cloth.
They got that.
They didn't wear fitted suits or luxury watches. They wore pink dresses and Gucci heels to that Oscar ceremony. They might not have won an award, but it was a magical night. They were tripping on acid the whole time.
Really?
South Park had followed up their early stardom with 10 more seasons of the show. One of television...
Yo, what the fuck? Yo. What the hell? You're crazy. Oh shit, yeah, they're definitely on something.
Vision's greatest runs of continued dominance. After college dropout, Kanye went on to release a bigger and longer project, Late Registration, and followed up his second album by making one of the most influential pieces of music of the century, Graduation. And then he did it again with 808s and Heartbreak, one of the greatest 4-album runs of all time. But none of it connects.
One of the
Not
greatest
really,
5-album runs with
each party
fucking
saw over a
My
decade
Beautiful
of growth and
Dark Twisted
success,
Fantasy.
becoming household names across the globe. Money, fame, power. On one fateful Wednesday night in 2009, the world would change forever.
Michael Jackson died.
And so, I ask you again, do you like fish sticks?
No.
The 5th episode of South Park's 13th season, titled Fish Sticks, aired on April 8th, 2009, and sees Eric Cartman enter Jimmy Valmer's house one afternoon,
Michael Jackson's so
joining
right.
him in writing some jokes for his newest stand-up routine. Cartman shuts down every single joke that Jimmy's got, obnoxiously munching on potato chips while doing so. Jimmy's lovely mother Sarah brings them a plate of fruit, but Eric knows such garbage isn't substantial nourishment for him. Growing frustrated, Jimmy tells him that he might be able to find some fish sticks in the freezer. If he likes fish sticks, that is. It dawns on Jimmy. He frantically scribbles out the setup and punchline, and he tests it out.
Say, Eric, do you like fish sticks? Yeah? You like putting fish sticks in your mouth? Yeah? Well, what are you, Eric? A gay fish? Fish sticks! Oh, dude, that's funny as shit!
Oh, hell nah. And then when Kanye went on that rant in this episode.
The next day at school, the boys take victim after victim.
You like fish
It
sticks?
spreads to the staff.
You like fish sticks?
And then the
They put it in
parents.
your mouth?
And then once
Or
the
you
joke
gay
has kind of
fish?
run its course, the late night talk show guys nab it and pretend to be funny for the target audience. Your 30-year-old aunt who still uses Facebook. It's basically the equivalent of that one kid who said your joke louder and got everyone else to laugh. And usually, that's the death sentence for a joke. But not this time. It's spread around the world like a plague. It's the perfect joke. It's some good harmless fun. Everyone gets it. Everyone except Kanye West. No matter how much it's explained to him, how delicately he's walked through the joke, he just doesn't get it. He brings in a doctor to help him explain how he's not a gay fish.
Doctor, do I have gills? He does not have gills.
But they're still laughing at him.
This was the dumbest shit ever, bro.
Even
no
at his
way
shows,
niggas actually
thousands
wrote
of
that.
people with costumes and signs taunt him. He just doesn't get it. It doesn't make sense. It has to make sense for it to be funny. Right? Bill Hader, a frequent writer of the series, recalls just how this came to be in an interview with a New Yorker.
But the first episode I worked on with them was this one with Kanye West called Fish Sticks. They have these retreats, South Park retreats, and you get to stay in a nice hotel, and then you wake up in the morning and you go to like a suite and you just talk about South Park ideas. And then Trey's like a weird dad where he's like, we're gonna go to a salmon ladder. And that's where we came up with Fish Sticks because we were watching this salmon like go up a thing, and then Matt was like, what if one of them was just like on an Evel Knievel bike, like, yeah! And then of course I was like, what if you had a big dick? And someone was like, fish stick? And he was like, no, fish dick. And I was like, fish stick or fish dick? What are you saying? He's like, who could be someone who doesn't have a sense of humor that we can make fun of? Who's the one person in the world who won't have a sense of humor? And in unison, we were like, Kanye West!
And this story is corroborated by the season 13 commentary track by Parker and Stone.
It happened because we were doing a writer's retreat in Seattle, and I had taken everyone to see where the salmon jump. And we were sitting there watching the salmon jump, and for some reason decided that Kanye West was a salmon.
I know exactly what happened. Somehow we got joking about a little salmon with an Evel Knievel costume on.
Yeah,
and like, then he's Evel Knievel, and he'd be like, oh, the best salmon. And then we started talking about that Kanye West video where he pretended to be Evel Knievel jumping over Snake River, and then we were joking about that, and then it was like fish dicks somehow came out. That was like Kanye West is a fish, and fish dicks.
He's a gay fish, and he likes
somehow
fish
dicks. When we first came up with it, it was absolutely absurdist, had nothing to do with Kanye West at all.
It wasn't like, let's rip on Kanye West.
It wasn't like, yeah, it was just stupid. It was just because the Evel Knievel costume was kind of remind us. But then the more we started joking about
think
it,
it
was like, well, Kanye West would
It
be
was
the most
not
shameless
Gold
person
Digger. It was one of the late
in
registration
the world
ones.
about this and wouldn't get the joke. So
Pretty
then it
sure.
started sticking.
It was Gold Digger.
That
wasn't
music
it?
video they allude to is the one for a single from Late Registration, Touch the Sky,
Oh, fuck,
which
Touch the
really
Sky.
is such a fun time capsule of where he was as an artist.
This is why we couldn't never work out, Nia.
You know who I am.
I know. I said your name. I know who you are.
On stage, at least. You see, Kanye had developed somewhat of an ego problem. He knew he was one of the best in the game, but every so often he would push the wrong buttons. That video for Touch the Sky was nominated for Best Music Video at the MTV Europe Awards. But when it lost out to We Are Your Friends by Justice, Kanye stormed the stage and proclaimed to the world how he should have won, immediately making an ass of himself on the world stage. But he did know his actions were detrimental to his image. In 2005, he told Time that, as he and his career matured, he would likely have to tone down his public behavior, as he'd have a lot more to lose. The MTV Europe Awards incident was
Nigga
in
lost everything
2006.
Nigga lost $1 billion, all of his fans. I mean, he regained $1 billion in all of his fans, but still, and you still, I mean, Kanye's good now.
Kanye can't quite
My
place
goat
how
is
he is a
not
gay
washed.
fish. The math doesn't add up, and that's why it's perfect. The joke isn't about Kanye, but in Kanye's mind, it was. His ego has convinced him that it is, and he can't see otherwise. He wouldn't listen to the ones closest to him, trying to talk some sense into him. He was determined to figure out why people thought he was a gay fish, and he was going to find out who was making fun of him. See, we know that Jimmy wrote the joke, but the rest of the world doesn't. Cartman goes around telling everyone that both Jimmy and he created it, which makes Hader's interview all the more interesting in comparison to the creator's commentary track.
Cartman in this episode is like a few people we've worked with over our career, in that they sit around with you while you're working and then take credit for what you did.
And truly
then
believe they had something to do with
believe
it.
that they did it, and that's the really sinister part. Is it isn't like oh they're trying to steal part of the glory, like this was our work and they didn't do anything. It's like they actually fully believe that they came up with it, and that's Cartman in this episode. He didn't do anything but sit on the couch and eat chips.
Comedian Carlos Mencia, long rumored to be stealing jokes from other comedians, became the face of the joke sweeping the world. And it's always the ones who say it loudest that get credit. Kanye's entourage finds Mencia, and presents him to Kanye to interrogate Carlito's Way style. And just like Laline, Kanye lets him go free because, well, let's just hope that no one else comes forward to try and take credit for the joke. Uh-oh. Kanye's got a sight set on his new targets, so he and his crew head over to South Park, Colorado in the Vollmer residence, interrupting the spat between Jimmy and Cartman. Man, 2025 does not look that kindly here, tying them up just as they did with Mencia. Throughout the episode, Cartman has been recounting the events that led up to the creation of the joke, each time changing things, adding plot points, changing story beats, adding dragons and Jew robots. He can't quite place how he didn't create this joke. The math doesn't add up. He wouldn't listen to the ones closest to him, trying to talk some sense into him, and that's why it's perfect. The joke isn't Cartman's, but in Cartman's mind, it was. His ego has convinced him that it is, and he can't see otherwise. Eric Cartman is Kanye West. In 1999's Going Down to South Park, we get plenty of behind-the-scenes lore on the series, but there is an interesting quote from Trey Parker regarding Cartman around the 32-minute mark.
Technically, I'm supposed to be Stan and Matt's supposed to be Kyle. That's sort of where it all started, was like Stan was the little me and Kyle was the little Matt. But as the further we go along, we realize we're really both more Cartman.
Yeah, just big fat bastards.
Yeah.
It's obviously heavily satirized. I mean, they're being interviewed in a hot tub, but the point remains. Their experiences shape the way they write their characters. I said before that none of Kanye's backstory connects with Parker and Stone, but they do. It seems our two stories were destined to become one, as if three stars aligned in the most improbable way, forming a beautiful constellation, culminating in the greatest joke of all time. By the end of the episode, Kanye accepts that he truly is a gay fish, and he begins his new life in the ocean. As Gay Fish, Trey Parker's very own parody of Heartless plays, and he lives happily ever after. Unless you watch the alternate ending where he dies. Whoops. Now, given Kanye's relatively fragile ego, one could expect him to completely lose it. But to everyone's surprise, he was pretty chill about it. He posted this to his blog the following day. South Park murdered me last night and it's pretty funny. It hurts my feelings, but what can you expect from South Park? I actually have been working on my ego though. Having the crazy ego is played out at this point in my life and career. I used to use it to build up my self-esteem when nobody believed in me. Now that people do believe and support my music and products, the best response is thank you, instead of I told you so. It's cool to talk shit when you're rapping, but not in real life. When you meet Lil Wayne in person, he's the nicest guy, for example. I just want to be a doper person, which starts with me not always telling people how dope I think I am. I need to just get past myself, drop the bravado, and just make dope product. Everything is not that serious. As long as people think I act like a bitch, this type of shit will happen to me. I got a long road ahead of me to make people believe I'm not actually a huge douche, but I'm up for the challenge. I'm sure the writers at South Park are really nice people in real life. Thanks for taking the time to drum my crew. That was pretty funny also. I'm sure there's grammatical errors in this. That's how you know it's me. So, South Park actually caused him to take a good look at himself and make a change for the better, to curtail his ego problem and stop making a fool of himself. And ever since April of 2009, he didn't do anything else to ruin his image. Until he hopped back up on stage to interrupt Taylor Swift, receiving her MTV Video Award for Best Video, claiming that Beyoncé's was the best of all time. That was in September of 2009. He made it 5 months. But I think he really did struggle with the shift in image since his breakthrough into the limelight. His cover of Time magazine in 2005 calls him hip-hop's class act, and now he was anything but. This frustration is seen in his 5th album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is widely regarded as his magnum opus. On here, he delves into his id,
That is his
impulsive
opus,
tendencies
real
that have
talk,
turned
100%.
self-destructive. He's killing his career for sex,
That's
drugs,
his magnum opus. Like, real talk. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
and notoriety.
He's such a goat.
Chasing a high he can't attain.
Look at the aura, bro.
But I think the song that's the best representative of the album,
Look at the aura.
and therefore
Look
Kanye's
at-
mental
oh
state,
my God,
is
look at
Gorgeous. Gorgeous is my favorite Kanye West song. This fusion of classic blues, rock, and hip-hop, combined with some of his finest lyrical work, makes for a profound listening experience. But there's always been one lyric that sticks out the most. Huh. That's weird. I thought he was okay with the whole thing. Well, I suppose if they took a jab at him, he's warranted a playful retaliation. The next year, he'd collaborate with Jay-Z on Watch the Throne.
South Park had 'em all laughing.
Oh.
And I'm the one who you eat fish sticks because I had skinny jeans on. South Park had jokes about fish sticks. To this day, the whole team could kiss this stick.
Okay, so for those keeping track, he lied. He was, in fact, not chill with the episode. But one thing was for sure. South Park was right. He really didn't get it. It's not as if this was a totally one-sided beef, though. As South Park would return back to the Westwell in Season 17's finale, The Hobbit, aiming their commentary more at the culture surrounding his fiancée at the time, Kim Kardashian. And while this episode is a pretty good commentary on Instagram versus real life, again, it's not really about Kanye West. He's just pulled in by association, which makes for the perfect callback to play on his self-consciousness surrounding his public image. But that was the last time he was shown in South Park, in 2013. Life of the Party was in 2021. Now, at E3 2016, Kanye released a teaser for a game to pay tribute to his late mother Donda. The next year, South Park happened to release their second video game, The Fractured But Whole, where your character has to help Seaman,
That Seaman!
help a gay fish out. And it's really funny that he's just a gay fish now. Like the third evolution of a Pokemon. But that would be the last time South Park would reference anything to do with Kanye West. Until 2023. You see, in the last couple of years, Kanye West has had an interesting turn in his career. In that, he's fully lost it. Kanye revealed to the world in 2016 he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder,
Now gain it back.
which is even seen on his 2018
Stop.
album
Gain it back.
Gay. He's also come out and said he's been diagnosed as autistic and also stopped taking his medication for bipolar disorder, but that's been more recent.
Good.
He attached himself to President Donald Trump, even announcing that he was running for president, sending him down the right-wing grift pipeline. And, as the old saying goes, all roads lead to Jones. He appeared on InfoWars, hosted by Alex Jones, which is basically just an outlandish right-wing conspiratory podcast. No, it's not a Barstool production. On the show, West appears covered head to toe, and is given the opportunity to walk back some anti-Semitic claims he's been spouting. Alex Jones lobs him up the greatest alley-oop pass the world has ever seen.
You're not Hitler, you're not a Nazi, you don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well...
Nah, you're done. If someone sets you up like that to prove you're not a Nazi, and the first word out of your mouth is, well, cut it. Cut the cameras. If you stunlock Alex Jones with what you say, that says it all. This appearance made headlines immediately. So, of course South Park got in on it. In the premiere of South Park's 26th season, Cupid Yee, Cartman gets a bit jealous that Kyle, his Jewish friend, using friend very loosely here, is spending more time with Tolkien. Cartman's had a little buddy called Cupid Me for a while now, which he gives into and feeds, even at the detriment to himself. Cupid Me leads Cartman to go on a familiar-looking set, in a familiar-looking outfit, spouting nonsensical slander about his buddy Kyle and the Jewish population. Cupid Me's alter ego, Cupid Yee, sets up base camp in the boys' bathroom at school, and has his arrow crafting interrupted by Craig and Kenny. These aren't just any arrows though. These are poison arrows. They're toxic. They're anti-Semitism arrows. Cupid Yee soon infects the whole school with anti-Semitism, showing how fast something like this can spread. Cartman attacks Cupid Yee, or Cupid Me, with his medication, suppressing the hateful arc and reverting back to the normal Cupid Me. As normal as Cupid Me can be, I suppose. But there is no Cupid Me. When Tolkien is asleep one night, Cupid Me sneaks into his room and starts filling his subconscious with nasty propaganda, before Tolkien's father Steve walks in. This bizarre cryptid, dressed all in black, hops out the window. It's clear that there is no Cupid Me, only Cartman. This is his id. Kanye West is Eric Cartman. This is one of my favorite recent episodes from South Park. It's a poignant commentary on how baseless claims can spread without any truth behind them. How something said in jest can morph into harmful, hateful rhetoric. Something that starts as a joke, much like the fish sticks joke. Except, the joke isn't funny anymore. Cupid Yee's bow and arrow is the perfect metaphor. How ideas can be weaponized. How media cycles handle these claims, even if to refute them. How it continues to spread. And how this hatred will eventually stick. The damage it causes. The scars left behind. This is a far cry from fish sticks. It was good fun to poke at Kanye's ego and make him the butt of the joke. But that same satire couldn't work with this latest era of Kanye West. To even satirize it risks it being picked up by the wrong people, who continue to run with it in their echo chamber, eventually infecting more and more people. I brought up Kanye's diagnosis of bipolar disorder and autism, which were highlighted in the media following his anti-Semitic shift, with growing concern for his and those close to him's well-being during these manic episodes. Filtering the commentary through Cartman's mental health struggles is a much better way to handle something like this, as opposed to flaunting a caricature of Kanye around for parody. We're beyond parody. Kanye's already become a parody of himself. Autism doesn't make you predisposed to harbor hatred in your heart. The only thing it makes you predisposed to is loving Sonic. It's sad to see the decline of Kanye West, someone that a lot of people, myself included, would have considered one of the greatest artists of all time. You can try and separate the art from the artist all you want, but that defeats the allure of art. It's a reflection of the artist. Their life, their goals, their dreams, their hardships, everything that has shaped them into the artists they are and were at the time. It's great to reminisce on the good old days. Kanye's antics are indefensible. With every new Twitter meltdown, more and more people run out of, but he made graduation. With every new Twitter meltdown.
What the fuck, bro? This came out this fucking year, bro. Oh my god, Kanye, let it rest. Yeah, I like fish sticks. Yeah, I like putting them in my mouth. No, I ain't no gay fish. Why you niggas keep calling me a gay fish?
More and more people run out of, but he made graduation.
Forget it if you just let it
with
alone,
each
bro.
new troubling story
Leave
to
it
try and
alone
explain
and,
what
like,
caused the
niggas
shift
forget
in him, to each new publicity stunt. All we're left with is the memory of what once was. Someone that looks like is never coming back. More than anything, I hope Kanye can find the help he needs, even if he isn't actively seeking it. Not to justify listening to his music or wearing his merch, but to save someone trapped in the riptide, sweeping them out to sea.
W video. Oh, there's more. K fish. The fuck am I looking at, chat? Oh, this part is muted. Okay. I'm on the edge, so why you playing? I'm saying I will never ever let you live this down.
This was never supposed to be this long of a video. This was never supposed to get serious. This was just supposed to be the follow-up to last year's April Fool's video. But the more I researched, the more I watched, the more I wrote, the more it became. It might be a complete 180 from the normal stuff you watch on the channel, but this helped me. Helped me grow, helped me learn, helped me reignite a dwindling fire. It's been my favorite thing to work on so far, and there's plenty more to come. Who knows how many people will see this video? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If you are here, thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to my patrons and my channel members. Thank you to everyone who comments on each and every video. I never ask of anything from y'all. No likes or donations or anything like that. 16, he was diagnosed with bipolar, more recent. He detached himself. All roads lead to Jones. He appeared on InfoWars, hosted by Alex Jones, which is basically might be a complete 180 from the normal stuff you watch on the channel, but this helped me. Helped me grow, helped me learn, helped me reignite a dwindling fire. It's been my favorite thing to work on so far, and there's plenty more to come. Who knows how many people will see this video? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If you are here, thank you, from the bottom of my heart.
On the platform, because I don't agree with someone that doesn't believe in Christ saying, you're cool, you're cool, you're cool, not you. And this is my friend, right? This is my boy, but we can agree to disagree, right? But it's still his platform. It's up to him. But also, I'm not a person that's, but we can agree to disagree, right? But it's still his platform. It's up to him. But also, I'm not a person that's going to say, hey, I agree with everything. There's things that I said today that you guys don't agree with because you're not in the same place or in the same position in your walk that I'm at. I'm in a position where I love the person who, the doctor that had plastic surgery on my mom. I always have been in a way where it's, I can't hate. I embrace.
You said your mother was sacrificed. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I believe that Michael Jordan's dad was sacrificed. I believe, didn't something happen with Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
My mom, these are all Zionist sacrifices that happen, but this is Satan at the end of the day. There's a lot of people that feel like we're at the end of days, and Jesus runs the world. God runs the world. Jesus is the real king of Israel, and I'm just a simple servant of God. I'm not a mathematician.
Oh, no, I hear you. You said white lives matter. Because I think I'm going to put words in your mouth. You understood that they're trying to demonize white people to create a crisis and for us to fight with each other. I thought that was very true. I think all lives matter. But you went even stronger and said white lives matter. You got criticized for that. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I thought that that was my right. I felt that I just exercised rights that are only given to whites. A white person can wear a T-shirt that says Black Lives Matter, but for a black person to wear a T-shirt that says White Lives Matter, that somehow makes me racist. So I love just going up and saying, hey, what do you think about this? What about that? And if we don't use our consciousness, they're trying to beat us into our consciousness and make us ignorant. They want to dumb us down. And I'm probably the lowest IQ here of anyone speaking, and I'm saying, say out loud what we feel. We would no longer be ran by the idea of fake influence and celebrities. I'm
going to interrupt you.
No, hold on, Alex, don't interrupt me. I denounce every celebrity. I denounce every celebrity I ever stood next to God bless you. And you know, that's the Christian word of what I really want to say. Any celebrity, only celebrity that I rock with is Ray J. Literally. Every one of y'all others, y'all all soft. Come see me when y'all want to see me. Every fake gangster, so-called killer, any basketball player, any rapper, any actress, any musician, any model, any editor, come see me. Come see God's child right now. Please. I want it. I want to see my mama. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you can't touch in Jesus' name.
Well, that's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one? They want to separate and confuse the Christians and make us afraid to stand next to each other. A Christian can stand.
He shouldn't have said especially. Now, hold on, chat. Now, I know I'm a couple years late, but I just wanted to get back on this topic. Chat. Everybody brought something to the table. All right, everybody, okay? Kanye's a genius, you know. And let's be honest, you can't rule all of Germany. You can't rule all of Germany, and not be a genius. He's just a mad genius. Now, what I'm trying to say is, let me stop talking.
Next to anyone. We can go visit R. Kelly in prison. We can go talk to Harvey Weinstein.
That's what Jesus did.
Yes, because Jesus can save everyone. You know, you put on the whole armor of God, and they will not be able to break your spirit.
Okay, so I played those clips and it's...
I'm not watching this motherfucker. But yeah, that's pretty much it, chat. Today's a short stream. Who is on? I started pretty late, so that's why it's pretty short. Yo, he's still on. Why is the oldest Moist Critical YouTube stream? If you feel the ground shaking, it's not an earthquake, but me putting hands to faces, and it's a Fortnite. Like, what? Oh, he stopped streaming. He streamed for 4 hours. Wow. I don't know why I'm saying wow. Like, it didn't stream for 5 hours yesterday. Okay, who's online? Nobody, really. Nobody that I know. That's Liddy and the Biddy. Honestly, today might be just a short stream because I did start late. I'm sorry, chat. I will make it up to y'all tomorrow. I will make it up to y'all tomorrow. Who's online? Who's on IRL? I would love to watch a cop stream. Like, I've seen this cop stream. I think it's a cop, but that would be lit to watch just a random cop just live stream what he's doing. I mean, it might get graphic, but I feel like if Twitch puts some rules in for, like, only cops, not to, like, you know, not... This nigga's doing is he asleep? Is Marlon asleep?
Boom! My prize picks lineup is going off, Marshawn.
Feels good to be right.
Unlike that time you did that endorsement.
Chat is going crazy.
No, more like when you self-published that cookbook.
One day, chat.
Activate
sad
mode,
one day. One day.
Yeah,
we gonna
I
have
guess it's hard to know when you're right, but not here.
Feels good, pal. I smell weird, but I feel good.
Pick, predict, play. Download today. Get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Wingstop lemon pepper all flats?
Lemon pepper all flats.
Lemon pepper wings.
Tastes so good.
Wingstop lemon pepper all.
Hold on, chat.
Pounds and gain muscle. My favorite is the chocolate peanut butter.
Peterbot. Oh Lord. Hey, did you just see that Peterbot said the N-word? Yeah. What the fuck am I looking at? Chad, I'm looking at these ads, bro, and it's just like it's just a dog family, like a dog driving, a dog and a passenger, and a baby dog chewing on a squeaky toy. Like, what the hell? Yo, why so many ads up in here? But yeah, today's been a short stream, chat. I'm gonna end it. It's 12. I got you tomorrow though. I'm gonna try to stream an hour earlier, and maybe we might do I don't know, maybe like a all night stream, bro. Like some I don't know. It depends how I feel. And I really gotta plan ahead on what I'm doing tomorrow. No, okay. I'll make it up to y'all Friday or Sunday. I'll make it up to y'all Friday or Sunday. Saturday's my rest day. I'll make it up to y'all if I don't stream. I might stream Saturday, I'm not gonna lie. But I'll make it up to y'all Friday or Sunday, because then I can plan ahead and I can think, oh, okay, what the hell do I want to do? And then I'll know, and then it'll just be litty than a bitty. We'll be Gucci, like my girl says, Gucci in a coochie, bro. Yeah, I'm about to rev up this 3D printer, print another whistle. I don't know, I'm just bored. Yeah, we gonna stop stream. We did a 3-hour stream. That's not that bad, chat. Friday or Sunday. Nah, not Sunday. We'll probably do Friday or Saturday. Will be a long ass stream, so strap up, buckle up, whatever you want to do. Today was a short stream, so that's why, you know. And today I was fucking late as hell, bro. 9 o'clock, starting at 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. That was pretty bad on my part. I don't know what I was doing. Well, I already explained it in the beginning. You know, I'll explain it again. I was just fucking chilling. I was tired as hell. I was tired. You know, didn't get enough rest. But I'm gonna go to bed now so we can get some rest and we can actually do a long ass stream. Armand might come back. We might do something. I might even ask him what we should do for a stream. But yeah, honestly, we can react to one more video. Let's react to one more video. No, I'm not trying to do a long ass video. I'm just trying to do like a short. What?
Just to be
okay, I want you to sleep with my girlfriend.
Just to be clear, you're asking me to fuck your girlfriend. Like you want this.
Absolutely.
You're 100% sure?
Absolutely.
Are you like 1,000% sure?
Do you not speak English, Carl? I said absolutely. Are you crazy?
No.
Wrong. You invited your ex-girlfriend over to our house, which can only mean one thing. You are crazy. I mean, dude, she's definitely coming here for revenge. And if you've lost your will to live, fine. Go find a tall building and handle it like a man. Don't invite your ex-girlfriend over to our house to poison the food you share with your roommate.
Jesus, Brian. She's not coming here for revenge. We're just gonna catch up.
Oh, yeah, you're just gonna catch up.
Yeah. Not everyone hates the people they date.
Hey, you watch it. Me and Emily make a lovely couple. We barely even argue.
That's it? 20 seconds and you're already...
Emily make a lovely... Catch up.
Yeah. Not everyone hates the people they date.
Hey, you watch it. Me and Emily make a lovely couple. We barely even argue.
That's it? 20 seconds and you're already finished?
I'm sorry, babe.
You are absolutely pathetic, Brian. Why do I have to do everything myself?
You could hear that?
Walls are pretty thin, man.
Okay, fine. You got me. I hate Emily, but it's perfectly normal for a guy to hate his girlfriend. Now, still being buddies with your ex, that's insanity.
I love my girl, man. I love my girl. And I feel like it's healthy to argue, though. Not like petty arguments, but just like, not even arguments, but discussions and like, you know, about the relationship, about what's going on. You know.
No, it's not. Me and Nancy ended on good terms. We're friends.
Well, if you're such great friends, then why'd you break up in the first place, Carl?
I don't have to tell you that. It's none of your business.
Yes, it is. If this girl is gonna come into our house and poison my food, I at least deserve to know why.
So good to see you, Carl.
Yeah, it's been way too long. I missed you.
I missed you too.
Then why'd you guys break up?
What?
If you guys miss each other so much, then why'd you leave each other in the first place?
Oh my God.
I'm not stupid. No one ends on good enough terms to just catch up. You're here for revenge. I respect it. I just don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
What?
Don't what me. You're here to kill Carl.
Kill Carl?
So how are you going to do it, huh? Poison? I already know it's poison, so you can just tell me it's poison.
You think I'm here to poison Carl? Like, seriously?
Yeah, and if you're going to do it, you might as well spike the Capri Suns, because even though I'm the one who buys them, Carl's the one who drinks them all.
They cost like 75 cents.
Then buy your own!
Listen, I'm not here for any type of revenge. What's his name?
Brian. With a B.
Why is it with a B?
Because there's a B in it, dumbass. Dude, where did you meet this girl?
We went to grade school together.
Oh, that's weird. Did this grade school not teach you guys about the alphabet?
Listen, Brian with a B. I'm not here to hurt anyone, okay? Carl and I ended on good terms.
Yes, so I've been told 600 times. But you know what I haven't been told even one time? What were these good terms, asshole?
Me and Carl decided to just be friends because, you know, while I was dating Carl, I realized something important about myself. I'm a member of the LGBTQ community.
So you do know the alphabet.
Oh,
so let me get this straight. Carl turned you into a lesbian.
No, I've always known I was into girls. Carl just made me realize I wasn't into guys.
This actually makes so much sense. The only girl you've ever been with switched teams.
Nancy is not the only girl I've ever been with. I dated Rebecca Smith senior year.
Rebecca's a lesbian too.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is. We dated for a while after high school.
There's no way.
So this kind of makes Carl your...
Wait, it's okay. I'm not trying to like predict it, but it's kind of obvious. In the beginning, this guy wants the other guy to fuck his girl. So he wants his girl to turn lesbian. What the
Wingman.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't see what's so funny.
You don't?
Dude, the only time you make girls come is when you make them come out of the closet.
I know you're not talking.
Yeah, you're right.
Fry, I got your gas X.
No, dude, you gotta admit, it's kind of funny.
It's not that funny.
Dude, it's so funny, like, I wish someone was recording right now so I could, like, keep this moment. Your ex-girlfriend just confirmed that every girl you sleep with turns lesbian. You're infected!
So as my future husband, Fry just said, Carl has some sort of STD that messes with your hormones and turns you into a lesbian if you sleep with him. So make sure you're practicing social distancing, girlies. Bye!
Brian, your girlfriend is crazy.
Carl, don't judge other people's relationships. It's tacky.
I am not in a relationship. I'm in a hostage situation.
Oh my God.
What?
My sister's calling me.
How many people does Emily have added on Snapchat?
A lot.
Hey, I've already seen Emily's story.
What's on Emily's story?
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I've been taking a social media break.
What's up?
I just wanted to call you first before I go public with all this tomorrow. I'm a lesbian. Hello?
Fuck this sister. Are we
You
dead?
sick bastard.
Are we dead ass, chat? Are we dead ass, bro? Bro, what did you do to your sister? What the fuck? Hell nah. Anyway, my bad, chat. What the fuck, bro? What is wrong with you? You're disgusting.
I didn't sleep with my sister.
The numbers say you did.
I don't care about the numbers.
You don't care about the numbers, Carl? You don't care about numerical evidence? What's next, Carl? You gonna try to tell me global warming isn't real?
Brian, you literally think the Earth is flat.
Yeah, flat and warming up at an alarming rate.
Bro, do you really think that my own sister would sleep with me?
Not anymore.
You are an idiot.
I'm the idiot for believing in science. Okay, I'm just glad you suck at flirting, because I'll never have to worry about my soulmate being infected by you.
Yeah, well, your soulmate is mentally ill.
How do you know?
Because she posted on her story that I have an infection that turns people into lesbians.
Whoa, Emily is not my soulmate. She is strictly my girlfriend.
Then why don't you dump her?
Because I'm afraid of her. I mean, if I try to dump her, she'll probably kill me in my sleep. I mean, honestly, if you infected her, you'd be doing me a favor. Wait a second, Carl! If you sleep with Emily, she'll turn into a lesbian and leave me. We can use your infection for good.
Stop calling it an infection. I don't have any infections.
That's fucked up, bro.
And if you didn't say the shit in the first...
Okay. Wait, chat. Okay, I have a story time. The dude went to my old school, right? Dated this one chick, and like she's lesbian now, and we like clown him, or I clown him, and I'm like, bro. Oh, I wasn't even close to the trash can. But anyway, I clown him and be like, bro, you make girls turn lesbian, bro. I don't want to hear it. And yeah, bro, it's sad, bro. It's sad for bro. Honestly, I feel bad for bro.
Place, I wouldn't have to explain to my sister why Emily's posting on her story that we slept together right after she comes out as lesbian.
Okay, first of all, you definitely have an infection. But second of all, if you don't, this is your chance to prove it.
Please tell me you're not actually considering this.
Think about it. If Carl sleeps with Emily and she doesn't turn into a lesbian, which she will, but if she doesn't, that'll prove to her that he didn't sleep with his sister. And on the small chance that she doesn't turn into a lesbian, I can still use this to break up with her because I'll catch her cheating. I'll be watching them do it. I'll catch them.
It's actually not that bad of an idea.
Carl, there's no way that plan works.
It might. Plus, I get some cheeks.
How are you going to sleep with her if she's so obsessed with Brian?
She's not obsessed with me. She's just obsessed with men in general. I was just the only one desperate enough to give her any attention.
Okay, well, what about his infection? She's not going to want to sleep with him if she thinks he has this STD.
I don't think a STD would stop her.
How do you know?
That's none of your business, and I don't want to talk about it right now. Why are you still here?
You know what? Fine. I don't want to be a part of your dumbass plan anyway. I'm going to go to your sister's house and explain the situation to her because I'm actually a good friend.
Nancy, do not tell my sister about any of this. Just to be clear, you're asking me to fuck your girlfriend. Like you want this.
Absolutely.
You're 100% sure?
Absolutely.
Are you like 1,000% sure?
Do you not speak English, Carl? I said absolutely. If you want to sleep with my girlfriend, you gotta act like her boyfriend, which is me. And you're not me. You're you. So it's time for a little makeover. You know what Emily always says to me, Carl?
I wish you could last longer than 30 seconds.
She doesn't say that.
I wish you could last longer than 30 seconds.
Shit, I forgot about the walls.
The walls are hella thin, bro.
Okay, well, you know what she also says? Don't answer that. She also says, I love the way you smell, Brian. And, you know, she can't get enough of it. And since we really want her to bang you, which I really want her to bang you tonight, we gotta get you smelling like me.
Should I hop in the shower and use your shampoo?
Nah, I don't usually do that.
Should I put on some of your deodorant?
Nah, I don't usually do that.
Should I brush my teeth with your toothpaste?
Nah, I don't usually do that.
What do you usually do?
I apply just a hint of Axe body spray.
Hell no. Oh, hell no. Chat, is the audio Gucci? Are we Gucci? Okay. Wait, I have to test something, because, like, what the fuck? What happened, bro? As long as you can hear me. Just a hint.
Think you're ready? Ready to fuck my girlfriend?
Fry, I have your gas X. Fry.
Why does she keep
I
bringing
know
up
your
the
tummy is hurting right now.
Well, hello there, Emily.
Carl, where's Fry?
Brian's at the store.
Why would he ask me to go to the store to get his gas X if he was already going to the store?
He said he had to go to the store to get some milk.
He said that?
Yep, right before he went to the store.
Why would he go get milk? It makes his tummy hurt and he gets all gassy.
Brian's not here right now. It's just you and me. And that's all that matters.
Well, I am an Aries.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're a very intelligent woman, no?
Well, I am an Aries, so obviously.
Just so we're clear, there's no way that a woman with an IQ as high as yours could possibly think that I have some infection that turns women into lesbians, correct?
I don't know.
Well, maybe there's some way that I could prove to you that this whole infection nonsense is merely a tall tale.
And how would you like to prove that, Carl?
Well, I was thinking maybe you could volunteer as a kind of test subject.
Volunteer as a test subject? Are you trying to make a move on me right now?
What? No.
Yes, you are. You're trying to hook up with me.
No, I'm not.
Carl, I don't want your infection.
I don't have an infection.
No offense, Carl, but you're not exactly the kind of guy I'd risk it all for anyways.
Okay, well, I wasn't trying to...
Carl, did you really think that would work on me? I'm not fucking stupid, Carl. I'm an Aries, Carl. Bri? Is that you, Bri? Bri, I know you need your gas X. I can smell you. Why are you hiding in here?
Brian? Where do you see Brian? Brian's at the Dude, what kind of hiding spot is that? Do you seriously think we can't see you right there?
I saw it work in a video once.
Okay, what the hell is going on here?
Doesn't matter. Just pass me the gas X. I'm about to shit myself.
Wait, I know what this is.
You do?
It's a loyalty test, and I passed. We're gonna be together forever and ever, bye. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I'm so happy.
So, guys, how'd your plan go last night?
Didn't work.
Yeah, I figured.
It almost worked.
No, it didn't.
Why did they all take a swig?
Well, I guess these are my last few moments without incest rumors. Any minute now, my sister's gonna publicly come out as a lesbian.
And actually, I don't think you have to worry about her posting anything about that anymore. So.
Why not?
Let's just say I convinced her not to.
She turns women straight. She didn't convince shit. W video though. Oh, what the hell, bro? Alright, chat. I'm out of here. I'm out of this biatch. Like I said, I'll make it up to y'all Friday with a long ass stream. I mean, I'm still gonna stream tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna be litty up in this video. But yeah. Yeah. But like always, stay blessed, love yourself, don't be a dickhead. And I'm out.